Give me just a minute, gentlemen. Let me get settled in. Gentlemen, gentlemen, gentlemen. What's going on, fellows? Let's get this thing down here where I can see it. Get the screen turned around. Oh, there's that motherfucker. What's up, man? How you doing out there? Very good. Hold on. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Dead. Dead as fuck dead. See you later. I know everybody is, maybe gonna bat an eye at that, give you that raised eyebrow, but they ain't clean, though. Shit, I'm not clean, man. I gotta shave. God damn. Hold on, man. Let's see who's in the house tonight. MGTOW Life, first in the room. Oh, yeah. How's that big one, man? Hey, nice to see you, brother. Hank, the mean man, first. Almost. MGTOW Life beat you by like 1 second. Alaskan Whiskey. What's up, brother? What's up, Alaskan? It's good to see you, man. Eric Bullis. Hi, all. How you doing, Eric? Nice to see you, brother. AP 530. Yo, man. One more again. Yeah. One more again. Michael McKinney. Evening, gents. What's up, man? Sydney MGTOW is on this stream. I think I'm going to shit a gold brick. What's up, Sydney? Holding it down in crazy town. Your cops are beating motherfuckers up for not wearing masks. Ours are just trying to charge you with murder. Red pill mixed breed. What's good? What's good, man? I ain't going to say the whole thing. Lord Rubs. Ruth is dead. Oh. And guess what they're going to do, man? They're going to replace her, most likely, with somebody that I think would be a disastrous pick. Amy Coney Barrett. Amy Coney Barrett is probably the most liberal conservative judge I have ever seen as far as immigration is concerned. Excuse me, I'm not even done with it yet, but just had this amazing pasta, broccoli, cheese, black olive, salad. Oh, it's so good. Don't worry, I've got the router coming. I've got FedEx delivering me my and get the connection reestablished. I tried to sit in with Hamster, with the psycho hamster, James Maxwell. And this is the second time that we tried to do this, man, and it just is not fucking working out. So we're going to get it straightened out. James Von Maxwell and Hammerhand will be on the same stream at some point in time. Graham Whitting. Hammer, what's up, sir? How you doing? Successful endeavors. Good evening, gentlemen. MGTOW in the wind. Evening. What's up, sir? How you doing? Lord Rubs, the old harpy is fucking dead, and I'm so happy. You know how it is, man. People are they're doing their thing right now, right? Hold on. Let me back this up a little bit so you can see it good. They're doing their thing. They're putting their angel wings on. They're praying to God that they don't believe in, because they don't believe in God, right? They're praying to God. And they said, she was so good. How did No, she wasn't. Trump was saying today at a rally that I saw that she is going to be replaced by a female judge. And guess what else she's going to do? She's going to go down in history as one of the greats. She was incredible. Her life's work, her passion for what? What exactly was her passion? What exactly was her passion? Being a contrarian. Her passion was following communism and following Marxism. They won't tell you that. But I'm not them. I'll tell you that. It's just like Walter Cronkite. You know how Walter Cronkite is supposed to be the voice of America, the most respected news anchor in the history of forever? Walter Cronkite was a communist. He was a devout communist. When Cronkite come out and said the war in Vietnam is now unwinnable, he undermined and spit all over the people that went over there and died. Plain and simple. But we ain't here to talk about that. MGTOW life. All the greats are here. Well, I don't know about that, man. There's about 5,000. Can you see me? There's about 5,000 greats out there, man. There are motherfuckers popping up by the day now that are dropping red pill boulders. Just crazy shit. And I love it. I can't get enough of it. And it's only going to be a matter of time before you start seeing dumbass channels like The View or The Real or Think Tank or these places that were pissing all over you. And as a matter of fact, they despised you so much that they wouldn't piss in your mouth if your teeth were on fire. They'll be coming out soon and they'll be talking about, well, what is this? What is this thing called MGTOW? What is MGTOW? Unless, of course, you're Georgia Free or Daisy Cousin, then it's like, what is MAGTOW? What is it? Fuckers. Hank, the mean man. Hammer, you rock. I don't know about all that. I try. Thank you. Robbie Benz. Hail, Hammerhand. Hail, Robbie Benz. How you doing, brother? MGTOW in the wind. Bite the dust. Oh, man. Did she ever? I heard. Now, this is no fucking joke. There's no joke. I can't confirm this. I heard she's been dead since the turn of the year. And that they just didn't say nothing because they couldn't keep it quiet no longer. It's up to you. It's up to you if you want to believe it. But that's what I heard. I heard that she's been dead since the beginning of the year. JP, life. Life is interesting sometimes. Lord Rubs, the Frida Kahlo of her generation is finally dead. Frida Kahlo. I've never heard that name before. That might surprise you if you know that she's well known. I've never heard that name. The Kijuk Beef. YouTube is already trying to sell me RGB's life story and her documentary. That's not no shock, man. They've had that motherfucker. They've had that shit on hold, on the shelf for probably about 6 or 7 years because they knew eventually after the third heart attack, the fourth battle with cancer, that she was ready to go. She was ready to go. Let's be honest. Ginsburg herself came out and said that she was hanging on. She was hanging on so that she could get her legacy pushed on to Hillary Clinton, right? She was doing all that shit. I don't know about all that now. JP, Michael. I don't know what Michael is or who Michael is. MGTOW thread. Difficult everywhere. But there are certain states that make it real hard, real difficult. And let's get out of the habit of calling them states. They're actually countries. Hang on one second, gents. Yes. What's up? No, I don't want none. I appreciate you, though. Yeah. Night-night. Oh, that was my freshly acquired son. Good kid. We'll get it squared away. Alaskan whiskey. Quit my job, man. Ready for the next journey in my life. Got the tools to succeed. The only thing that you need to succeed, brother, is this one, and maybe this one. And congratulations, slave employment fucking sucks for everybody. And I hope that you didn't quit your job prematurely. You know how it is, man. We have problems in the world, right? When people wake up on a daily basis and they say, man, I just love my goddamn job. I can't wait to get over it. I can see the contempt and the confusion in their eyes when they're saying that. No, I really love my job, man. It's incredible. And no, if you really loved anything, it should be freedom. It should be the ability to get out there, buy you a couple of parcels of land, a few acres of land, set up a double wide, buy a home, build a home, live your fucking life for yourself. You don't need all of this nonsense. You don't need this shit. Don't need it. Success Pool Endeavors. Hi, BDF Wind, AP Alaska Whiskey. Oh, shout outs going everywhere, man. JP SCE. Michael McKinney, Ding Dong. The witch is dead. Witch, old witch. The wicked witch. Oh, yeah. MGTOW Thread. What the fuck? It is late. What's late? I'm late. The stream's late. I don't know, man. Sometimes I try to put the stream on so we can get some of our Australian brothers and our British brothers into the house. Scottish, Irish, English, Isle of Man. You know what I'm saying. Come on. Come on, keep up now. Keep up. Red Pilled Mixed Breed. What's good, Ankh? Zero, man. Not a fucking thing. Actually, it's kind of late. It's late over here. You know, what is it? 10:30, 10:45-ish. Been on 13 minutes. 109 in the box. Thank you, gentlemen. 41 thumbs. I'm sad. I'm sad. I don't deserve 109 thumbs. Oh, that's all right. It's all right. I'll get over it. MGTOW Life. Crack a beer, gents. This is going to be good. Yeah, it's going to be pretty good, man. The Kijuk beef, goddamn, it always throws me, man. That's a righteous looking pad, though. You know what? It's all right, bro. My fucking bed's all messed up like it always. Like it always is. Oh, man. Oh, man. Right by my side, right where it belongs. Chronicles of AJ. What's up? What's up, AJ? How you doing, man? Nice to see you, sir. Graham. Whitting Ding Dong, which is dead. She is gone, sir. Gone. Scocial? Did I get that right? Scocial? Is it Scocial? Did I get that right? I have my Corona. There you go. Bayman. Hi, guys. And Hammer. What's up, Bayman? How you doing, brother? Nice to see y'all in the house. MGTOW in the wind. Another One Bites the Dust. You know, I was listening to that song today, the Queen song, Another One Bites the Dust. Great fucking song. And it fits this occasion. Oh, my God, does it fit this occasion. So good. Bikamek 1, please talk more about Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She needs more discussion, good sir. Well, let's talk about Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Ruth Gator Ginsburg. Yeah, she was kind of a gator, wasn't she? Ruth Ginsburg showed up in 1993, right? She'd been a federal appellate court judge. Her husband ends up with cancer, which isn't surprising because if I had to live with somebody that liberal, I would probably die from cancer too. But or abstain in rulings or force showdowns in the Supreme Court. When you go to a Supreme Court to be a Supreme Court judge, I realize that you have the ability to abstain from a judgment to not write a decision. I realize that. I got that. But your job is to make a decision. There should never be an opportunity for anybody to abstain from a decision that has reached the Supreme Court. And she did it a lot. When she couldn't get her way, when she couldn't sway other conservative or Christian-ish judges, she would abstain. And I don't like that shit at all. Shouldn't be doing that. Hank the Mean Man, shit. Anaheim _714. What's up, big man? The roof is up. But other than that, nada. Seek-R. Present. What's up, Seek? How you doing, brother? Red Pilled Mixed Breed. Let's go. Rusty Knife. Hello there. Anomalous. Hey, Hammer. Exciting times coming. Well, that's one word for it. That's one word for it. I've got a few words for it, but I don't know that I would say exciting. I would say trepidation is one. Cautious optimism is a couple of more. Yeah, man, we've got some interesting fucking times coming in the next 45 days. 45 days. This is the most engaged politically that I've ever been. Since 2015, I started that political awakening, so to speak. And goddamn, has a lot of shit changed. Has a lot of stuff been packed in this head right here. It's almost sometimes too much to be believed. You know, I did a video a while back, probably a couple of years ago, and I said, if you could have any superpower in the world, what would it be? It was either a video or a community post. I can't remember which one. And there was always lots of good answers, hundreds and hundreds of answers. Flight, super strength, X-ray vision. I said that I would want the ability to know truth, total truth. That if I had any superpower at all, it would be the ability to know everything that is true. Especially where humans come into conflict. You know what I'm talking about? That's what I wanted. I always wanted that. And I still want that. But it makes my fucking head hurt. Makes my head hurt. There's so much disinformation and misinformation, so much intentionally wrong with these systems that are in place. It's easy to see why they're coming apart. You know? I think most people, just my opinion, but I think most people, given the opportunity, are going to have a fair mix of rightist, leftist, and centrist positions. I really do believe that. Really believe. Cheers. Clear water. Good stuff. Well, like the sparkly water, you know, the shit that's got the little tasty stuff in it. Anomalous. Hey, Hammer, exciting times coming. I already read that. What the fuck? It's a 2-for-1, Anomalous. Mutiny on the bounty. Oh, hell no. He wasn't first. Tim Cameron, 619. Hammer, what's up, sir? What's up? Red Pilled Mixed Breed. Get them likes up, guys. Thank you very much, Red Pill. I appreciate that, gents. I appreciate that. Lord Rubs, hit that like button. Thank you very much again, sir. Monk Mode, evening, gents. Luke Chase, hey, gents. Man, everybody's in the house tonight, man. Thank you, gentlemen. I really appreciate that. The Hidden MGTOW, Mr. Hammerhand, I beg your forgiveness for the cold shoulder on the blaze yesterday. You ain't got to do that, man. Everybody is entitled to their opinion. You see? That's how most logical, decent, common sense people operate. Let me get that down there a little bit. Oh, yeah, look at that. There's no need for anything like that. You can come right out and just disagree vehemently. Your fucking opinion sucks. I can't. It's okay. It's all good. I'm not upset when somebody disagrees with me at all. I don't carry a grudge. Not even past the reading of the sentence. You know what I'm saying? That's why we're here, man, is to talk, confab, get to know one another, get to know those opinions and those positions. And the marketplace of ideas is one of these sayings that has come out over the last few years, right? The good ideas, they're going to rise up. The bad ideas, they're just going to fade away. You know, right now, the thing is, because there's so much political suppression, there's so much civic and societal oppression and suppression, it's like all ideas have some kind of merit now, even the really shitty ones. Now, I'm not talking about stuff like pedophilia or any crap like that. In my opinion, in my eyes, get the fuck out of here with that. But just about everything else has some kind of a leg to stand on. And that's really strange. That's a strange position to be in life for any of us. Very strange shit. But I'll talk about anything. Talk about anything. Michael McKinney, the Thunder from down under. Are you talking about Sydney, or are you down there too? The Hidden MGTOW. I was honored you tried to join. Was that stream the other day? Yesterday, last night? I'm not sure. I was doing the best that I could to get in there, and as soon as I got the avatar all set up and everything was great and it was ready to go, I saw, obviously I always get the invites from Tico And I saw Forma in there, and I saw somebody else in there too. And I'm sorry, I can't remember. It was a pretty big panel. It was like 5 or 6 people in that panel. If this is the one that we're talking about, if we're talking about the same shit. And as soon as I joined up, man, it sit there and said to me, I ain't got no bandwidth, so go fuck yourself. And I said, fuck. I can't join the stream, and that sucks because I really wanted to join the stream. So I hope that we're talking about the same thing. All right, I'm going back up as far as the chat will let me, so I'm picking up where I can. Raw Key, Graham, Polska Bob, laughing my ass off at Graham. Graham said something good, and I can't see it, and that pisses me off. Timothy Sokol, hell is getting crowded with libtards. Brother, you ain't kidding. There's a few rhinos that are going to go down there and keep them motherfuckers warm, too. Oh, yeah. Graham Whitting. Hi, brothers. What's up, Graham? How you doing? Harry Holbrook. Typical feminist, not doing the job. That's the bad thing about lifetime appointments. Lifetime appointments. I don't think that anything should be a lifetime appointment. I think that if people have something to offer, they can get in there and do the fucking thing. And then when they don't have anything to offer anymore, or they're consistently being a pain in the ass, get them the fuck out of there. There should be no lifetime appointment for something, in my opinion, as important as the Supreme Court. Michael McKinney, at MGTOW in the Wind. Snort some plutonium. Please don't. Because fuck you when you do. Please don't. You go radioactive and shit, the government gonna come and talk to you. AP 530, the truth. The Ruth is on fire. The Ruth, that's fucking good. I like that, man. MGTOW thread, fuck her. Well, you didn't say fuck, but I said it for you. So there you go. Raw Key, enemy of Second Amendment, is shooting shit with Satan right now. You ain't fucking kidding, brother. You ain't kidding. She was one of the worst as far as the Second Amendment come. Feminazi Slayer. SGE died last year, and they waited till now so the election will ride on her seat. RGB, yeah. I believe that. I really do believe that. I don't think that she just died. I think that she's been gone for a while, and they just didn't say anything. Big Town the Wind, a real hootenanny. Riff Magos, hello at Graham Wooding. What's up, Riff? Good to see you, brother, man. Good to see you. Rusty Knife, far more darker times are coming. Yeah. I just got a notification here. Red Pill Fred just popped up, putting up a video. So if you guys don't know who Red Pill Fred is, I think you should go check out the channel, man. That brother's got some stuff to talk about. And that's, yeah, it does pop out, guys. I can't help that because I don't have the router with the booster here. I'm glad RBG is gone. I am too. I am too. These ultra idealistic ideologues, is there such a thing? But these ultra ideologues, they got to go. They got to go. There's no balance there when you have people like that who are working other members of the court to get their own way. This is not a fucking hoedown. It's not a dance. Well, it is kind of a dance, but it shouldn't be. These folks should be ruling on the rule of law. The interpretation of law, I understand that might need a little bit of cajoling, a little bit of work. But these other fucks, no, they got to go. They got to go. MGTOW thread, armed as fuck. Yeah. MGTOW thread, do not come here. And I agree 100%. Feminazi Slayer. I was about to post the proof, but I got sucked into here. Well, damn it. You can send it to my email, man. Send it to my email. You got the email, right? Hammerhand, TMM at protonmail.com. That's for anybody that wants to send anything, sir, anything. MGTOW in the Wind, popcorn, beer, sandwiches, and smokes. Sounds like a busy half hour. Oh, God. Sydney MGTOW at Okie. I'm glad too. You should be. See, even folks in other countries understand the significance of the ultra liberal or the ultra conservative getting axed and being shown the fucking gate. Fuck them. We don't need them. We don't need people that endorse ideologies in such a way. It's bullshit. And everybody knows it, man. Like I've said here in the last few years, the snake is slipping its skin. The mask, it has fallen too far. And these people can't keep other people, us, the regular Joes, the regular Janes of the world from seeing this shit. They can't stop it. Raw key, me too. I was politically motivated right when Obama was nominated. I have to be very honest. I was all in on the Obama campaign. I bought into that shit all the fucking way. And what a fucking disaster. I actually feel shame about that. I really do. Feminazi Slayer. I'll go upload, be right back. I'll see you in a minute, sir. See you in a minute. Emerson Colley. Things are about to get interesting. A good kind of interesting. Hold on a second. I'm checking something. Yes, I see fuckery in our future. Yes. There is fuckery in our future. MGTOW thread. People will die around me. I think people are going to die around everybody. You know what these fuckers are going to do. You know what they're going to do. And it was so interesting to me that it was the Democrats a few years ago that repealed all of these rules that would have stopped a simple majority. See, when they had the simple majority, right, they said, fuck it, we're just going to go do it. And they'll never get back in. What just happened? Mitch McConnell came out and told him at that point, Cocaine Mitch, obviously, neocon, borderline globalist, but he did come out and tell them at that point in time, he says, if you do this, it's going to come back and bite you in the ass. Guess what? They only need a simple majority. They only need the majority that they have in the Senate. What is it, 53-47 right now in the Senate? You're going to tell me that there's going to be 7 Republicans that are going to say, nah. You're going to have 4 Republicans over there that are going to start waffling. They're going to kowtow. They're going to pander. They're going to act like they're doing something. They're going to go juggle somebody's balls. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, Soros nuts. Yeah, that's what they're going to do. They're going to get a few $100,000, and then they'll, at the last minute, the 11th hour, they'll bump right back in there and they'll say, well, my conscience dictated to me, I'll go with the flow. That's exactly what they're going to do. That's what they're going to say. They'll get the fucking votes. They'll get the votes. Every place that can host streaming now, every fucking body is streaming. Everybody. And nobody's being quiet. And that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. You shouldn't have millions and millions and millions of people sitting on their fucking hands not being engaged in the process. Get the fuck out there and say something. Even if you don't believe that the process works, I have the ultimate debunker for that. The fucking guy that's in the White House. I know. Relax. Everybody says, hey, he's a fucking shill. He's part of the party. They all go behind the scenes and they glad hand it. You're probably not wrong. Except he's not one of them. You see, he's one of the other them, but he's not one of them. And right now, if I had to pick a them side that I wanted to be on, it would be the one that he's on. That's what I'd pick. Zool. That's always a tough question to me. Hang on, gents. Yes. Yeah. Not on camera. I'll be there shortly. No, not on camera. I'll be out there just shortly. We'll get it wrapped up here shortly. I'll call you in here in a minute. Relax. That's my son wanting to give me a hug before he turns in. Free your mind, MGTOW. Hey. Well, hi. MGTOW thread. Really? Yeah, man. Really. Come on. Really. Okie MGTOW. Glad to see you, gents. We're glad to see you, too. One more again. Chronicles of AJ. What's up, Chronicles? Good to see you, brother. I like your stuff, man. I would like to have the power to control time. Oh, my God. I can just see that turning out to be like the Marvel Universe. Oh, and all the bullshit that goes along with it and all the terrible fucking crap. And yeah, man. Yeah. Rocky, I want to read minds so I can be more untrusting. You don't need to read minds. You just have to understand your place in the world. And guess what? If you're a man, if you're a male, and if you're white, you got big fucking problems. If you're black, they don't even care about you anymore. Chronicles of AJ, like Doctor Strange. Yeah, absolutely. Okie MGTOW, thanks. SCE, MGTOW thread, I will shoot anyone. Well, I hope so, only if your life is threatened. Zool, in theory, too much truth, if it is legit, could make you go insane. Yeah, of course it can, because it's completely contrary to everything that you've been taught in life. Everything that you've been taught in life. 131 in the box. Gentlemen, 131 in the box. 104 thumbs up. Thank you. Ooh, look at them veiny motherfuckers. Oh, yeah. Lucas Boer, never miss bang. Ever. MGTOW life, we are the freest of slaves. Yes. That's absolutely true, 100%. Bass Breath 100. Information privilege is what the wealthy have over us. It's not the only thing that they have over us. They've got a lot. They have thousands of years of manipulation, the ability to manipulate, the ability to control and disseminate populations. Yeah, they have a lot over us. Lots. MGTOW thread. Dry powder is not your friend. No, it's not. Sydney MGTOW, smash that like buttons, gentlemen. Thank you. Lucas Boer, one shot, one kill. That's the way it should be. If you don't know how to fucking shoot a gun, then go get a Uzi. You see, Uzis are nice. They sound great. But people only pick up machine guns pretty much because they don't know how to shoot. SCE, greatest ability would be to grant your own wishes exactly as you want them, without unforeseen consequences, I'm assuming. Seek-R, smashed. Thank you. Jonathan Young, good evening, Hammer. Good evening, Jonathan. How are you? Psychosoap, the schizo madcap. Are you really schizo, or are you just a down-ass brother? I think you're just a down-ass brother. With these powers, I become super soap. My man. MGTOW thread, 4 shots, lots of pain every fucking time. I guarantee it. MGTOW life, who Psychosoap is, go check him out and go sub that brother's channel. Jesus Christ, criminally undersubbed. You know what I'm saying? Criminally undersubbed. Bass Breath 100, who had the most influence over you growing up? I'm going to tell you, but I don't think that you'll believe me. Who had the most influence over me growing up? I had a train wreck as far as a father was concerned. The stepfather was even worse. My mother was just along for the ride. There were two men. One was Mr. Henninger. He was my middle school principal. As big as I am right now. Right now, I'm 6'6" and 350. When I was in middle school, I was 6'4" and 280. Pretty goddamn big, for 5th, 6th, 7th grade. Right around there. And every time he saw me walking in the halls, when class was in session, he'd come up to me and he'd go, "Hey, horse, why ain't you in class?" And I'd just look at him real honest like, and I'd say, "I just hate them. I can't stand them." And he says, "Come on, let's go over to the art class and we'll talk to somebody and see if we can just get you to sit in art class all day. We don't want you wandering the halls. Let's just go to art class." I said, "Okay." And I'd talk with him pretty regularly. And he never spoke to me like I was a child or a miscreant. He spoke to me like I was a peer, which I knew that I wasn't. And I knew that it was kind of out of turn, to be honest. And the art class that he took me to was the other biggest influence, Mr. Hargret. I loved Mr. Hargret. Thought he was a great man. Soft-spoken, very nice. And he would see me in the morning at about 7 o'clock, 7:30. He said, hey, Billy. They called me Billy back then. He says, you wanna sit down over there and just draw? I said, yeah, that's cool. I worked up this big fucking portfolio of art. And about 3 months in, somebody stole my whole goddamn portfolio. Stole it. Didn't find it in the trash. Didn't find it torn up. Nobody pissed on it and then pasted it to fucking windows. They just took it and left. I was a little bit sad about that. And he says, if they thought enough of it to steal it, it's really not all that bad. It made me think about things a little bit differently. Mr. Henninger was white. Mr. Hargret was black. And I never saw the white and the black until I started to get older. Very strange things. And both of them, to the best of my knowledge, are deceased. I know Henninger is. I think that Hargret is as well. But as far as influences are concerned, I got them anywhere that I could get them. Oh, goodness. Lucas Boer, Thread, you lucky. I'm dry over here. Excuse me. Riff Magos, 14th of February, guitar purchase day. Goodness gracious. You mean like last February? Or this February? This coming February? Feminazi Slayer. Sup, gents? Okay, it'll be ready when I get out here. Yeah, it will be. Tom Lightning. Sorry, gents. Connections playing up. Sorry about that, guys. If it's on my end, I don't know. Polska Bob. Anyone know what happened to Hamster's live stream last night? He forgot to turn his mic on again. He is having problems. I was on that live stream, and this is the second time that we have tried to get busy over there and cut this motherfucker and make it happen. So there is something going on with the way that his Streamlabs is interacting with Linux. And it's clearly not fucking good, and it's not beneficial. Put these on real quick. Get some of this noise canceling out of here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to record like a conversation, like a fireside chat between himself and myself tomorrow night. And we've got it planned. It's set and ready to go. And hopefully, and we're just going to talk about a variety of subjects and say what's up to one another and all of that good shit. We've had 2 excellent talks, and both of them got shit canned because of audio problems, and it really pisses me off. And that's why we need to have better equipment, number 1, be a little more dedicated to our craft, and learn more, number 2. Well, number 2 and number 3. And just be better at this, I don't like doing things half-assed, but when you can just get on here and then just punch on the camera and then broadcast to the fucking world, sometimes it stops you from being a better person, being a better technician. Phil McCracken, what's up, Seek? AP 530, Riff Magos. Hell yeah, I do the same thing on February 14th. I don't know what that is. So apparently you guys are talking about something that I know nothing about. Jonathan Young, Hammer, so glad you got custody of your son. When I was a kid, my dad wasn't around much, and I wish I learned when to take a stand against something when I was young. He'll benefit incredibly. Yeah, I know. I know that he will. And if he doesn't, it's going to be on him. Nobody's going to be able to come back to me and say, fuck you, you didn't do your part. So, hey, Bubba. I think he went to sleep. Phil McCracken, hey, Riff, sparks to spare. What guitar you looking to get? Man, we're having a whole other conversation in there. Harry Holbrook, thought police and shouting Nancy's everywhere. Goddamn right. They're always everywhere, like always. Timothy Sokol, even if art blows away. Yeah, but you still know it was there. Yeah. MGTOW Thread, dead people do not bother me. Well, dead people don't bother anybody. Not anymore. Feminazi Slayer, Hammerhand, when will we get to see some of your model cars? Well, I've got 2 of them out right now. I'll tell you what, I'm going to do the stream tomorrow night as well, as I promised you. 1 on Saturday, 1 on Sunday. 2 videos each day, if I could. And I'll get to the second video tonight after this stream. And then I'll do the same thing tomorrow. I'll repeat the process. I'll get those ready down here tonight. Or, I don't know, maybe I'll put up a video. Maybe I'll put up a video and just take some pictures out of my archive. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. But I've got 2 finished products up here, sitting up here right now. Most everything is packed. We're about ready to get out of here. We got about 8 more weeks, 9 more weeks here. And then we're fucking gone. 3 jacks. Do you think Civil War is coming? No. No, I don't. It's not coming, bro. It's here. It's here. It's here. You have a clearly hostile population of people who are politically motivated to silence anybody that doesn't see it their way. You are in a soft civil war. You have been for 4 years. So yeah, it's here. Can't say that the shooting hasn't started because we've got dead on both sides of this divide now. Earned or unearned, they're still bodies and they're starting to stack up. Psychosoap, miss you guys. We miss you too, brother. We miss you too. Successful endeavors. Dead people bother me with how they vote. Oh yeah, it's funny how that happens, ain't it? Lucas Boer, I ain't got time to bleed. Me either. Me either. That's why I actively avoid bleeding. Sparks Despair, nice. Lee Davidson. Is it going to be Amy or Sidney Powell? I think it's going to be Amy Coney Barrett. I assume that you're talking about the Supreme Court selection. I think it's going to be Amy Coney Barrett. I don't want Amy Coney Barrett. I don't want Amy Coney Barrett. But Trump was up there today just hollering as much as the world would hear him that it's going to be a woman, it's going to be a woman, it's going to be a woman. Wholly up going with Amy Coney Barrett. MSNPC ran a hit piece on Coney Barrett today. So I think everybody kind of expects that it's going to be Amy Coney Barrett. Yeah, Lee Davidson, he said a woman. Yeah, he said that. Red Pill Elite just put up a stream. You guys might want to check that one out a little bit later on. 145 in the box, 111 dubs. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Now, let me bring you up to date on a couple of things. I have recently acquired 2 sponsorships. Now, hold on. What these gentlemen have asked me not to do is to publish the sponsorship, which I thought was a weird sponsorship. They're not bad sponsorships. They're pretty decent. And it's the first ones that I've taken. I've turned down 15 or 20 sponsorships because they have nothing to do with men. They have nothing to do with this channel. They have nothing to do with nothing. So I've turned those down. What's up, boy? Come here. Come on.
I heard that sponsorship, so you gonna get like what, Raid Shadow Legends?
No, I'm not doing Raid Shadow Legends. Come on. Really. Come on. All right, I love you.
Well, I'm not tired. I'm just trying to
get your butt out there and get tired.
I can't get tired.
Time to go to bed, Devin.
I'm tired.
We'll stay up until 1 o'clock now. All right. Go on. Sorry about that, gents. Red Raven, teachers with tenure. It's funny how that comes across sometimes. I'm assuming that's talk to text. With tenure are bitches. They're hard to get out. Once you get tenure, man, you're really, these fuckers are really entrenched. Terrible shit. Riff Magos. Women ask me, why do you need so many guitars? My response, why do you need so many damn pairs of shoes and handbags? It's a good response. I would have probably said, why do you have 10 dildos in your top drawer? You know? Rico Forex, MGTOW Monk, much love Hammer. Thank you, Rico. I appreciate that. MGTOW Life got a kick out of Riff. Sydney MGTOW at Hammerhand. Let's do a joint stream on RBG. Great to see you with your son, brother. Well, thank you very much, Sydney. I appreciate that, man. You know, there's a lot of people out there that are going to say, dude, you see, it was brainwashing. Oh, man, we whipped him and he made him come in here and hug him and give thanks. Oh, smoke it. Yeah, we can do a stream, Sid, anytime you fucking want, brother. If you want to do one tomorrow, I got one scheduled. I've got that talk scheduled with Hamster. And if you want to do it before or after, that is fine with me. That's fine with me. We could put one of those down and get it on. Rico Forex, she's been going for a while. I think she has. I don't think that this happened yesterday. They announced it yesterday. Maybe it did. Maybe. I don't think so, though. Russian bot. Did you see those female Democrats losing their shit over Ginsburg dying? Yes. Yes, I did. And if you think that this is the worst that it's going to get, no, it's going to get so much fucking worse. It's going to get so much worse than this. Gang, all I got to say to y'all is cover your asses. Cover your six. Make sure that you are aware of your surroundings. Keep your fucking head on a swivel. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to get gnarly. And not just here in the United States. These fucking liberal retards are all over the world. And they all look at this election. They all look at big major worldwide elections. And when everything else fails, get one of these if you can. There's so many of you that can't. And that sucks. I don't know if you want to get that exact one because it's heavy as fuck. It's like trying to throw a brick at somebody before you fire it. Lucas Boer, push that line, men. Oh, yeah. Polska Bob, Riff, I just bought a guitar today at a garage sale. Kids acoustic. I have actually been looking at an acoustic guitar. And I'll tell you why. I was going to go electric and learn how to play it. And I felt like it would just be too goddamn noisy, too expensive, and too cumbersome. So, yeah, I am looking at a couple of very nice acoustic guitars. It'll probably end up just wall decoration. I don't know that I'll ever have the time to really be competent at it, but I do love the sound of those strings. And if you can get a few notes together, you can get a couple of riffs together on one, you can amuse yourself. I'll say that. MGTOW Life. So did I. Red Pill Fred is a good man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He is. He is. So is Psychosoap. So is Sydney MGTOW. All of these fucking hitters are in this stream tonight. Gentlemen, I want to thank you very much for showing up. Thank you. Amsterdamster Kush. She was gone already. Love your transparency. Well, thank you. Thank you. I can only tell it the way that I tell it. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's gonna, if there's information out there that I don't know and I'm incorrect, guess what? I'm going to say that I'm incorrect. But if I know it, then I know it. And I don't think that old Ruth Bader Ginsburg died today or yesterday. Monk mode. I'll go sub Red Pill Fred. Do that. He's a good man. Good man. Daniel Green. Darth Vader Ginsburg is gone. Riff Magos has put up Red Pill Fred's information in the chat. So, gentlemen, if you want to sub him, please be my guest. I'm sure that he would appreciate it. any of the wrenches that are out there, if you can drop Sydney's channel in there and Psychosoap's channel in there, that would be fantastic. And thank you very much for doing that. Success Pool Endeavors. Red Pill Fred is friggin' awesome. Yes, he is. Polska Bob, he just posted a vid. Fred did. Yeah, I called that out when it came up. MGTOW Thread. Men have it. Yes, they do. They will always have it. And that's why there is a giant, giant need and an incredible push on men. You know, I was talking to somebody a couple of days ago. I'm not going to say who, but at one of my stops, this woman is 28 years old, blue-pilled as fuck, but you can still kind of talk just a little bit. You know, we're in a crowded office environment, so there's never any opportunity for me to be alone with her or her alone with me. So I feel better about that. There's cameras everywhere. I wouldn't talk to one of them otherwise in any other circumstance because I just know how they are. And at the end of our conversation, this last time, I've been speaking to her on and off for a couple of months now. She started to parrot red pill talking points. That was surprising, but not surprising. You see what I'm saying? Women go along to get along, and they suffer tremendously from social pressures and civic pressures, tremendously. I can't take that away from them, but their suffering leads to our suffering. Yeah, and that ain't good, brothers. That ain't good for nobody. Russian bot, purged, bam. Graham Whitting, M-Bear, AP530, Riff Magos. If it's a Telecaster, don't even think about it. Just buy it. You got it. MGTOW Life, guns make my heart happy. They'll also give you a brand new ventricle if you aim good enough. I don't think that you're going to want to try that, but hey, you know. Amsterdamster Kush, I have no friendship no more. I got to be honest with you, man. With the exception of the online deal here, the online community, in real life, I couldn't count people that I would call friends on 4 fingers. We go. I've always been that kind of person that held his friends closely. You know, they always meant a lot to me. Kind of a bizarre thing. You can't really make anybody a friend, but the more that I wanted their friendship, the less they wanted mine. And I started to see that. I started to pick up on that. And I don't really know if that was a fault of mine or if it was just exposing what was out there. Very strange things. So I stopped fucking around with them. And I did that on purpose. And as soon as that happened, guess what? They left. When I didn't put any more into them, no more free rides, not asking for gas money for long fucking hikes and shit, they were gone. They were out. Sydney, I just got your message. I'll get to that after the stream, brother. AP530, guns and guitars are my addiction. I think if you don't have a blanket leech laying next to you, you can afford those addictions. Riff Magos at AP530. I've got a Gibson Les Paul, fantastic guitar, by the way. I have a Fender Strat Elite. I need the 3rd member of the Trinity. Whew. You have invested some money there, sir. Seek-R. Ah, yeah, man. Big Rich. What up, Hammer? Good to see you. What's up, Big Rich? How you doing, my friend? Feminazi Slayer. I got my 80% AR-15s. I'm not going to ask where the other 20%'s at, sir. Harry Holbrook. Live and let live. Wuhan took away the mask. No shit. No shit. Just saw that. Prince Bumpkin just dropping by to say hi, Hammerhand. What's up, Prince? It's good to see you, brother man. I see you commenting everywhere. Very, very active. Good job, sir. Good job. And thank you very much. MGTOW Thread. Ask me anything. I can lead. Jerry Bruckhart. Thanks for everything you guys are doing to help men and boys. Thank you, Jerry. You know, people drastically underestimate how important it is to jump onto stuff like this, even if you can't do it live when it's going off, and comment, like, share, subscribe. You know, most people that do this stuff here, like what I'm doing right now, we don't ask you for nothing. It's your choice. Some guys will leave a tip jar. Some guys will direct you to a merch store, but they're not constantly fucking shilling shit to you. It's your choice. If you enjoy that particular creator and you like the stuff that they put out and you want to sprinkle some change on them, they're not going to argue with you. I don't have a problem with that. I've never had a problem with that. Where I have an issue with monetization and usury is where it comes back around to lead men back into that side door, to lead men back to the back door and say, yo, it's all good, brother. Just come on back over here. Look, you take your red pills. It's all good. Where am I leading you? Oh, don't worry. It's just a brothel. You're good. It's all good. It's all good. When you see men up in the top portion of the manosphere that have millions of hits, they have millions between them, millions of subscribers, you get the idea that you can't start pushing the mountain up. You know what I'm saying? You have to understand that these things are out here for you to fix, on you, for you. You can't do anything about these people that are determined to follow the line off the cliff. You can try. Sure, you can sprinkle red pills on them. You can try. But at a certain point in time, you have to turn around. You got to save yourself, and you got to let them walk off the fucking cliff. There's a lot of people out there like that. Millions, millions, millions. We go back to this Bella Thorne bullshit, right? Have any of you ever seen Bella Thorne in person? I don't mean like face to face, but like you've seen pictures of her. She's not that hot. Actually, in my opinion, she's a very average looking woman. When you take her clothes off, she's even less than that. And for people to be coming out and putting this kind of fucking change on her, and then she inadvertently gets OnlyFans to limit contribution, like a lot more. And she didn't give these fucking suckers that went and dialed up that shit that she was offering what she was offering. She suckered them, all of them. And lots of them showed up just so that they could get thumped in the nuts. When you look at that stuff, you understand clearly you got a long way to go. Men and society have a long way to go. And I'm going to tell you something else. I was watching a fantastic bit of a podcast that Sandman put up, and he had Face, LMS, and First on there, some incel guys. And there's a lot of insight. It's like 2.5 hours. If you can go to Sandman's channel and you can dial that one up, and you've got 2.5 hours to listen, you're not going to miss out. You know what I mean? You're not wasting your time, is what I mean to say. It is a good 2.5 hour listen, and it's very insightful. It's very insightful. It surprised me a little bit. So yeah, if you have the opportunity to listen to that, I would seriously suggest that you do, because it gives a lot of insight as to what's going on out here with the younger generation. He made this one analogy. I believe I'm right in saying that it's an analogy. And he says, at least boomers had what they had. Gen Xers at least had a shot, right? Millennials barely had anything left. And Zoomers can't get a sniff of anything. They were talking in depth about the 80-20 rule. And then they came up with more information. Excuse me. That 80-20 rule is no longer an 80-20 rule. In 5 years, the 80-20 rule that we always reference, about 80% of women going for the top 20% of men, that has been whittled down from 20%, the top 20% of men, to the top 2%. Now, your 80-20 rule is gone. It's gone. It doesn't exist anymore. So everybody under now the top 2% of men, nobody sees them. Is it because the other 98% of men are fucked? Is it because they're hideous? Is it because they don't have biceps? No. It's because psychopathy has been induced in the female populace. It's been spread. It's been encouraged. And in 5 years, 18% of that visible man that everybody was going after, they're not even being looked at now. When Superman can't keep Lois Lane and Indiana Jones can't keep old girl, you know you got fucking problems. These are the prototypical alpha males. They can't keep them. Men and women are doing this. They're not doing this. They're not coming together. They're coming together to satisfy biological needs and wants. And make no mistake, it's both. It's both, just in different forms of context. We got problems, gentlemen. I don't know that we're going to make it another century. I don't. We just got news inside that same broadcast that I was referencing there on Sandman's channel. Just got news that Brazil is now under replacement level. Way under replacement level. China is in deep shit. Deep shit. South Korea, Japan. We got big problems, boys. Big problems. But that's going to be for the next generation of humans to figure out, because I don't think I'm going to be around in 50 years. Excuse me. MGTOW life. Obama was great on stage. At least he had that, unless the teleprompter failed. Jonathan Young. Sometimes, with all that happening, I just feel like buying a motorcycle and riding off into the sunset. Leave all this fuckery behind. It's a very appealing thought. It is really an appealing thought. And I think in a few years, I'm seriously going to consider the idea of an RV, get all of that money out of bank and stay in parks, whatever. I don't need much more than that. I definitely don't want to be near population centers. I can't stand population centers. I hate them. Polska Bob. That's a nice set riff. My pride is in Ibanez, I guess, bass. My bro has a Les Paul. Good stuff. Ibanez is not bad either. That's a very good acoustic. I assume you're talking about the acoustic. Feminazi Slayer, I don't need fully auto here in New York. It ain't open anyways. You got to shoot around trees here. Yeah, I bet you do. Phil McCracken. That was Reed back in 2013 pulling the nuclear option. Harry Reid, right? I saw that interview that fuckwad did. I think it was Time. I think it was Time that he did that on, and he was very unrepentant about that. He was like, yeah, don't fucking what? We did it. Yep, you did it. Zool, what annoys me is when there's actually peaceful times, people, women in particular, have to find something to feel oppressed and angry about still. It's just never enough. I don't know if it's women as a body that are coming out and doing that. I think that it's a lot of really fucked up human beings that survive and thrive on conflict. If everybody's going about their business and they're being peaceful and they're being peaceable, how much does that really generate for everyone else? Everything calms down, everything stagnates, you know. I mean, you're going to have your millionaires and your billionaires and whatnot, but is there any growth? No, there's not. And you grow through war. You grow through conflict. And I don't mean like spiritually. You know, when they send 4, 5, 10,000 of your young men out to be slaughtered, it's no different than walking them into a cage and running them right into a slaughterhouse. It's the same fucking thing. It's the same thing. And then you end up with an oversurplus of women, and we have an oversurplus of women here now in the West, in most Western countries. It's exactly the opposite in the East. They have a surplus of men. especially like China and the one-child rule, most of those one children that were preferred were boys, not women. Don Smith, hanging on to kill more kids. Yeah, you ain't shitting. Feminazi Slayer, video is only a minute long, guys. You cab ho, watch, and come back. I'm not making that one out, Feminazi. Sorry about that, brother. Feminazi Slayer, but don't leave all at once. We ain't gonna try to. Tom Lightning, chat disconnected. Please wait while we try to reconnect you. Well, I'm not seeing nothing. Feminazi Slayer, just re-upped my orange chameleon. Shit's 22% THC. Right? Polska Bob, go hug him. We can wait. Well, thank you very much, guys. And we did that. Chronicles of AJ, thank you. Yes, sir. Monk Mode. Hey, Hammer, take a hug break. Let me hug this big old fucked up thing right here. Oh, yeah. Red Pill Warrior, MGTOW Representative 2. It's the ET aliens. They're everywhere. Well, I was watching a stream a couple of nights ago. I think it was Nerdrotic. And they said, every goddamn thing that you can imagine that could happen this year has happened, except for aliens. And one of them was like, no, we can't do that this year. We have to save something for next year. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate that much on the hugs and stuff. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Riff Magos, next live stream, Hammer turns up with the gauntlet. Pray to any deity that you pray to. Polska Bob, I need a smoking vodka anyways. Will you go do your thing, Polska? We will be here. Excuse me. It's Mr. Hathaway. If I had that Infinity Gauntlet from the comics, I'd fix all of this shit. I was talking to my brother a couple of nights ago, and what the fuck were we talking? We were talking about some insane shit that we saw in the Google feed or something, like this old man or old woman getting fucking just punched out, bull-cocked, because they're wearing a goddamn Trump hat. You know that mental illness has set in when a hat can set you off. But it's not just the hat. It's not. It's the message behind the hat. It's the message that is endorsed by a gigantic portion of this country. And it's also the message that is disseminated to the masses through your media. Your media. Because I don't watch them anymore unless it's to get a soundbite. These people are all walking hand in hand, arm in arm, right off a cliff. And fuck them. I'm going to watch that human parachute all the way to the ground. Fuck them. Feminazi Slayer. Give him a cameo, sir. I probably will. I probably will at some point in time. I'll let him jump in here. And we'll ask some questions. I want to get a couple of folks wrenched up because I have no doubt in my mind that there are some of our biggest fans that are sitting out there waiting so that they can say something dumb to my son. And that's only because I'm not sitting right in front of them, because you know that they wouldn't have the balls to say it to my face or his. Isaac Soto. You know what's funny? They don't even mention Mexicans. I wonder why. Yeah, I wonder why. Yes.
So why don't they just say it?
Say what?
That they won't say.
Because it's rude and it's unkind and it's shitty. And there's no need for you to be exposed to it. That's why. And stop spying on my conversation.
Well, I kind of can when you go on the paper.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. Don't worry.
It's like, this is the only noise in the house.
We'll enjoy it. Your old man's got a radio voice.
I am. I can't, not enjoy it. I can't not listen to anything else.
Oh, well, cool. You know, you're interrupting this whole live stream. There's like a lot of people on here. He's saying this right here. Come on in here real quick and just give him a thumbs up. 152 in the box, 134 thumbs. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you.
That's a lot of likes. I have like 200 views.
There you go. Good man.
And my whole channel has 200 views.
Cool. Love you. Go on, get your butt out of here. Go still stick that in the fridge. That's not done. I'll throw that away. Amsterdam or Kush, reply to your son. Do you have telekinesis? I just did that. Psychosoap tunes up the Thanos gauntlet. Oh, yeah, man, goddamn right. Dane Morrow, yeah, buddy. Feminazi Slayer at Polska. That reminds me, I got some wild turkey and Coke. Goodness gracious, everybody's getting blasted. 152 in the box, 144 thumbs up. Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate that very much. Piotr Oslowski. That 131 is me, Peter O. What's up, Peter? How you doing? Riff Magos. Agreed. Hug your son. I can't tell you what it means to have my son here and to have the opportunity to be a father, to be the one that I should have been 8 years ago, 10 years ago. I fought for it every single day and had more sleepless nights than I can shake a stick at. And I know that I'm not alone in that. I know that many of the people that are watching this right now understand that all too well. I know that. And I don't want you, any of you, to think that I'm rubbing it in your faces. I don't know why I feel the need to say that, but I feel the need to say that because I realize that type of image can promote pain and bad feelings. And I don't want that for any of you. I really don't. I don't want that for any of you. I absolutely adore you, gentlemen. You know, you have to get a hard heart to make it through this world when somebody has torn you away from your kids and vilified you and done everything that they can to dirty you up, knowing that you may never see your kids again, that your life with them is going to be so drastically altered and changed, you can never get those days back. You can never get them back. I wanted to say that out loud because I have heard folks, not here, but I have heard showing their kids and showing love and affection to their kids and talking to their kids when they're talking to somebody that doesn't have those kids is somehow insensitive or it's unwarranted. And I absolutely reject that 100%. And I have an argument for anybody that is going to go counter to that. You should go harder, much harder. And we're all doing that. A year ago, I showed you a piece of paper where I was being sued for an adjustment to Title 4D extortion money. And now I'm not paying any of it. The case is dismissed and I have my son. Nobody can look and say, well, that can't happen. Nobody. At least in the United States. In Canada, I'm sure that it's a much different story. In Australia, I'm sure that it's a much different story. For you men that get fucked the way that you get fucked, you have nothing but my respect and my admiration. I mean that. Not because you're being fucked, by the way, but because of the way that you handle it and because you choose to handle it. Polska Bob, let's end this with more likes and gents in the box. We hit it last time. Yes, we did. God damn, how about that? 152 in the box, 150 likes. Man, that's a hell of a good ratio right there. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you. Feminazi Slayer, make me a little drinky. You go on ahead and do that, sir. Harry Holbrook, looks like subscribers are being suppressed. Your content has earned more, I am sure. Yeah, I guarantee it. I guarantee it. MGTOW Thread, one daughter. Yes, sir. I had one. She was turned. She was poisoned. Emerson Colley, Jericho Green said it best. Black lives matter if the killer is white. Cities are going to burn tonight. If the killer's black, we don't give a fuck about that. I like Jericho Green a lot. And if you don't know who Jericho Green is, jump on your little search bar, search him up, and I have no doubt in my mind that you will enjoy the content. Feminazi Slayer, isn't drink much. No. Timothy So-Called, woke up to the world with my second Purple Heart Hammer. Timothy, did you... I'm assuming that you mean you got wounded? You're a vet? Did you get wounded, brother? Clear that one up for me because I don't know exactly what you're saying. MGTOW thread, no sons. Yeah, well, any kids, man, any kids are a blessing. And at the same time, they are one of the biggest trials of your life. Because when your focus shifts, which it should at some point in time, your focus should shift from being self-centered to being about your kids. Not all of it, not all the time. You still have to make you right. If you're not right, those that depend on you are not going to be right. Plain and simple. And I think we all know that. It's a given. You know, you have to be good with sacrifice when you have kids. And you have to be mindful that it is trying. I've had more days than I care to remember where I got up with 4 hours of fucking sleep. I know. And that's on top of going to work and then going to school to get educated way, way, way back when. And yeah, man, it can be a fucking nightmare, especially if you're with somebody that needs more goddamn maintenance and attention than the kids. It can be a nightmare. It fucking sucks. It sucks when you're dealing with adults that are not adults. MGTOW life. Go to your son. We aren't going anywhere. No, it's all good, man. He knows what I'm doing. He knows what I'm doing. I made him aware that we were making this, we were going to do this stream tonight. And I was going to entertain you gentlemen for an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. And we're going to talk about a few things and get a few things squared away and yada, yada, yada. Lee Davidson. Bill Burr says shotguns have a good spread, sir. Son of a bitch. It dropped it again. Sorry about that, gents. Riff Magos at Sydney MGTOW. Some of your piece of shit motherfucker keeps dropping. So, yeah, he did a good one. He says to say hello, by the way, gents. Everything is cool with Cam. He's out there doing his thing, and he will he'll talk to you when he's ready. Amsterdam or Kush, then again, just did. Seems odd for doing so, not yet really. Well, that's a tongue twister. That's a tongue twister. Feminazi Slayer, that's a good ratio, man. Goddamn right. Look at that. 154 in the box, 157 likes. See how that is? 153 in the box, 157 likes. Somebody come in, said, oh, and then they dipped out. They had to go to bed. They said, well, fuck, this bitch is crowded, man. I'm not getting in this bitch. Polska Bob, LOL Slayer, Colombian marching powder. Monk mode. I think we could wait while Hammer hugged his son. Well, you see, I got him. Come on down here. Come on down here. Give the old man a little bit of love. And he's all good with it. And I'm good with that. Michael McKinney, with your powers combined, I am Captain Red Pill. Tom Lightning, shotgun with buckshot seems to work well. You put that double-aught buck, that 9-pellet buck, with that 2 3/4 inch shell in there. You can get an extra shell in the 590s because of the shorter shell. You can get an extra shell. And you know what? This bitch is just calling me. Hold on a second. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh. You want me to undress him? You want me to? Should? No, because I feel like I'm taking advantage. I mean, oh, do you? A 590 with a bayonet. Oh, smells like hard motherfucker to me. Oh, yeah. I know Pop had a prop in his video a couple of days ago. He's like, all right, cannot show you legit hardware on this video. I'm like, why not? Show it. Lee Davidson, congratulations on getting your son. Thank you, Mr. Davidson. I appreciate that very much. It's Mr. Hathaway. If I had that Infinity Gauntlet from the comics, I'd fix all this shit. I know I've read that one before, haven't I? Yes, I have. Red Pill Warrior, MGTOW Representative 2, absorb hurricanes of positive, pure spiritual energies. Reptilians and feminists and governments fear that. I'm being serious. I guarantee you're being serious. The Everyday MGTOW, y'all crazy. Best superpower omnipotence, a la Dr. Manhattan. I suppose, and I've thought that. I really have. But I think that the smarter a person gets, because I can't really say people, I can't, but the smarter a person gets, the more you increase your mental acumen, as Vince McMahon would say, I think the farther away from people you get. So if you're prepared to detach yourself from your birth race, which is, kind of what you'd be doing, then maybe getting a little more intelligence, a little more knowledge, would pull you away from the cesspool that's out here just trying to pull you in. I'm like a fucking bucket of crabs, man. Seek R, damn! Hammer is a man mountain. Hammer's pretty fucking big. And that's kind of worked in my favor. It really has, I don't do the whole, button fucking shoulders and shit and, and trying to get motherfuckers to come at me. I don't do that. I don't mess with anybody until they've got their hands on me, and then it's fucking on. Amsterdam or Kush. So many troll channels. There's a fucking bunch, man. There's a bunch. Feminazi Slayer. I major in art. I don't. I major in survival. Sydney MGTOW. Thanks at Riff Magos. Bro. Harry Holbrook. Men role models are great to temper the iron to steel in young boys. Yes, they are. And this is the main reason why they are being turned into broads. It's the main reason why feminist lawyers like Catherine McKinnon, feminist writers like Andrea Dworkin, targeted specifically women, the body politic of women, children, and education. They knew that they could never do a frontal assault and change what they wanted to change. They knew that that could not happen. So they targeted the areas where women were left in charge. And in 50 years, they have reshaped humanity. You have to give them credit. They did everything that they set out to do. They just didn't finish the fucking job. And now there's a comeuppance. And when that pendulum swings back, it's going to be horrifying. We'll see just how bad it's going to be, though. Feminazi Slayer. I spent most of my time in school in suspension. I didn't. I used to do this thing in school, man. I would say there was this little fucking convenience store around the corner from the school. And I'd stop in there and I'd grab me a big 40 ounce of root beer, like soda pop, root beer. And as I'm walking to the school for first period, I was like, Urgle, 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 Urgle. I'd bang that whole fucking thing on an empty stomach because I knew it was going to fuck my stomach up. And, in second period, I'd be like, and of course, the teacher would send me down to the office, and the office would send me to the nurse. And from the office to the nurse, I disappeared. And I did that about 75 days in a row. I ain't even kidding. I did that about 75 days in a row. I missed about 6 months of school before they called they called my mother, and they were like, we're just wondering if your son's been withdrawn and taken to another school. And she's like, what? Yeah, she wasn't all that surprised. Seek-R. Haha, my art Magnus? Plus also got stolen. I suspect it was my art teacher. Oh, shit. No shit. Your art Magnus? I've never heard that term. No shit. I mean, we're behind in these comments. Sorry about that, gang. Dane Boro. Hey, guys. Anybody know the name of Chris Cantu's new channel? Yeah, I think it's Chris Cantu Reborn, if I'm not mistaken. If that hasn't gotten axed, I think it's Chris Cantu Reborn. Riff Magos, MGTOW Thread, Haiti. Piotr, greetings from Florida. Finally off the road, chilling at my home with the bolt action Tika 3 times. 3 times sight, I assume. That's an outstanding fucking weapon. Outstanding. Feminazi Slayer, my art teacher was a pothead. He let me leave, go to the high school, but still had straight A's. Well, there were a lot of teachers that just weren't fucking teacher. They just weren't teaching. Timothy Sokol, either I'm stoned or the focus is out. Let's see. Is focus in? Yeah, I think it is. I think it. I keep, see right there, I keep touching over here to scroll instead of putting my finger right in this motherfucker all the time. So it automatically cycles. It automatically cycles the focus over here where I touch. Feminazi Slayer, you're high, bro. I think the focus is pretty good. I don't think it's bad at all. Lucas Boer, Hammer, just tried to send you an email. Let's make sure you send it to the right spot. Hammerhand, TMM at protonmail.com. Polska Bob, if the city was in real shutdown, you can't tell. Mexican parties in every direction out here. You must be south of Lake Okeechobee. You've got to be. You got to be. Because they don't have real large Mexican contingent. It reminded me of Adam West's voice, the old Batman. Sorry that this keeps dropping, gents. Sorry about that. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm not going to go and get a whole bunch of shit packed together and read like a news cycle here. I like to talk to the folks in the chat. And if while we're talking in the chat, some good subjects come up, then we'll jump on those subjects and discuss them a little bit. And then we'll move on down the chat. I host these streams mainly to engage with the folks that show up to the streams. So, and that would be y'all. We America 110. I hope I got that right. I'm a stranger in a stranger land, aren't we all? Success Pool Endeavors. Single mothers aren't able to properly raise men because they can only provide a woman's point of view on life situations. And yes, and you also have to think with that statement, you also have to consider that some of these women are headstrong feminists. And the first thing that comes to mind, lots of these women are headstrong feminists, by the way. The first thing that comes to mind with them is that you're cold, you're cruel, you're unwilling to bend, you won't move, and I'm not going to have my son be like him. Except he's not the one that's wrong. You are. Anybody that buys into the idea that they can, as a single mother, raise a son is a fool. Anybody that buys into the idea that as a single father, you can raise a woman is less foolish. Okay, you still need the feminine influence on the feminine. But men have a much better chance of raising a balanced daughter or a tomboyish daughter than women do of raising a balanced masculine man. Because women, as we all know, Tommy Lahren told us so, we're all trash. Feminazi Slayer. Anybody have Lionel stuff they will part with? What kind of Lionel stuff are you talking about? Like Lionel Playworld stuff? Lionel Trains? What are you talking about there, brother? Eric Bullis. The one I looked up to my father, but mostly my grandfather, a World War II vet. He was a military scientist, and the things that he told me when he was drinking, among other things, he wasn't lying. I guarantee you that. I guarantee. Kelly Giddens, I was 6'2" at 12 years old. That is fucking big. I can still hear grandma bitching at dad for clothes money because I was growing like a weed. I'd be interested to know how tall you are now. 6'2" at 12 is fucking amazing. I was in the first grade. When I was in the first grade, I was the only third grader in the entire elementary, or the only first grader in the entire elementary school that was over 100 pounds. And I didn't have an ounce of fat on me at that point. I didn't start getting fat around the waist until fifth grade. And then just a year later, things just went to shit so bad that I just quit school and started working. Well, 2 years later, because we jumped around so much, we could never get stable anywhere. Feminazi Slayer. Hey, boys. This will be dope. I think so. Mr. 305 Max. Psychological warfare has been going on for the longest against the masses. Yes, it has. Yes, it has. Known revolution, RBG, will be another excuse for riots. It wouldn't goddamn surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. You know what Trump's going to do, man? He's going to nominate that female, probably Amy Coney Barrett, and then he's going to throw her out there, and he's going to put it on full court display and let these motherfuckers just cut their own throats attacking this woman. And you know how that gets looked upon, right? You know how successful that ever is when anybody does that? Not very successful, and it's not a good look. Not that I disagree with it. If she's done stupid shit, she should have her feet held to the fire. But they're playing the game. Monk mode, soft civil war. How can you ram it when it's soft? Well, you can't. You can't. But you can massage it just a little bit. Alex Aguirre, I hope I got that right. Aguirre? Sup, Hammer? What's up, Alex? How you doing, my brother? Good to see you. Richard E. Wright. Good to see you live streaming, Hammer. Good to be here, Richard. Good to be here, man. And really, the only thing that I do on here is I chat up the chat. If we have something that needs to be talked about, I talk about it. You know, and then we kind of bounce it off the chat. I bounce it off of you guys, and you guys give it back, and that's what we do. That is what we do. Harry Holbrook, MGTOW, target of media and cancel culture, noticing many misrepresentations of more and more sites. Beware the wolves are at the gates. They've been here for a long time. Matter of fact, we're on the wolf's platform right this second. Excuse me. Timothy Sokol, in California, dead people have been voting Democrat for decades. Yeah, in any Dem city, because they don't clear these people off the ballot, because there is no coordination between funeral homes and families of deceased, they just keep voting. It's a de facto vote for whoever you voted for before. Polska Bob, LOL, soap, we have the problem here. Dead people voting in Chicago. Goddamn right. You know, with all of the murders and the shootings in Chicago on a weekly basis, it is shocking to me that there is anyone left to shoot. Where the fuck are these people coming from? I mean, you guys are you murdering off 100 motherfuckers a weekend. I just don't understand where the people are coming from. Seek-R, my granddad gave me red pills galore. He was an old man with a harem of page 3 ladies. I don't know what page 3 is. Maybe that's a back page reference. I don't know. Who all knew about each other, never had a coin in his pocket, just a charming man, exposed their true nature. I don't know that would happen today, man. I really don't. These just things, they're things, bro. They're things. These aren't women, my man. You know, I'll be the first one to tell you that there's only 2 genders, there's only 2 sexes, but I don't know what the fuck these things are. I don't know what they are. Even the nicest ones have some type of psychopathy, and you can see it. If you got your eyes open, if these motherfuckers are working, you can see it, and it's disturbing to see just how many women out here are fucked, you know. But it doesn't really matter to me because I ain't looking for one. MGTOW thread. I love my brothers. We will not hurt ourselves. Well, we shouldn't. Unfortunately, some of us do, but let's hope that we don't do that. Katie, man, there are some real legends in this chat. Salute, gents. I have to agree. There are a lot of people in this in this chat right now, I must take my hat off to. I must shave my head for. You guys are magnificent. And I have to say it, anybody that likes, comments, shares, subscribes to any of these channels, excuse me, you're doing God's work, you know. And don't take that as a religious connotation. I don't mean it that way. You're doing great fucking work, because the more that these people on these tech platforms attempt to suppress us and get us out of here and cancel us, and the more we come back, Undead Chronic 14, you know what I'm saying? Undead Chronic is one of the reasons that I really jumped back on here, because that's perseverance, you know? And it was put to me in a way that I wasn't thinking about when I first jumped off. When I first jumped off, I was thinking, fuck these motherfuckers. Fuck them and their platform. They endorse censorship. They're pieces of fucking trash. They're working for the enemy, and I'm not going to be a part of it. I'm out. And then what happened? I had a few people give me an email, a call, and say, you know, you're right. You're right. But look at the thousands and thousands and thousands of men that are jumping up on this platform, the most noticeable one, the most accessible one, the easiest one to work. And now you and guys like you are not here. What message do you think they're going to get? And I was like, sold. All right, I'll make another account. I get it. I understand. It didn't take much. It was not no long, drawn out, lengthy battle. It was just a little bit of common sense and me getting out of my fucking feelings and my emotions. 100%. And that's why I'm back. Phil McCracken, single mothers can't raise daughters properly. I agree with you. Right over here, we got about 5 fucking examples. 5. Zool, never cared for politics, but I definitely didn't expect it to be one of the things I end up hating the most as a kid. I despised politics, and I still kind of despise politics, but I know that if I don't stay abreast of the things that are going on, the things that are transpiring, I'll be lost. And I need to not be lost. I need to know what the fuck I'm talking about when I open my big old flapper. Jonathan Young, SCE. Yeah, man, the worst advice I was ever given by my mother was to ignore bullies and they would go away. No, they won't. No, they won't. You just offer yourself up as a very easy target. Had I known what I know now, I'd make sure I wouldn't get bullied again. Goddamn right. Feminazi Slayer, actively avoid bleeding. Great advice. Timothy Sokol, good stuff, Hammer. Thank you, sir. Jonathan Young, nothing tells cowards you aren't afraid more than to challenge them and beating the crap out of them in a fight. Even if you lose, if you fucking take it to them, you're going to give them pause. They want to come at you again. You stand the fuck up. You stand your ground. You took the licks before. Maybe this time you'll just give it as good as you get. You know, I'm not saying that they'll respect you now or today or that they'll ever quit. But if you lay down, they goddamn sure won't quit. That's just the way that works. Jonathan Young, I wish as hell I knew that earlier. Yeah, don't we all? You know, don't we all? Polska Bob, Elite is doing pizzas on the grill. Damn, that sounds good. Sounds better than the fucking pasta salad that I had. Zool, laughing. Seekar, laughing again. Polska Bob, raid. Somebody see a roach? Oh, my goodness. MGTOW Thread, love hug. MGTOW Thread, more hugs. Wesley Brown, that boy ain't going to bed. No, not with this big bellowing fucking voice in here. He probably ain't. Zool, nice and wholesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. Riff Magos, good to see a father and son so close. I love my son. I love my son. There isn't anything that I wouldn't do to protect my son. I've gone through the fucking fire over the last number of years to secure this boy and give him an opportunity. When he got over here today, I had a brief chat with his mother, and his mother told me in no uncertain terms, I can't raise him. I didn't give her the O face, but I already knew that. And she said she was losing control of the situation. She said things were not going right. And doing it her way was not working. And I remember telling you guys in a video not too long ago that I told her if she didn't change her ways, she was going to be stuck with her brother. It would just be her son. Her brother is a colossal fuck up. Colossal fuck up. And the influence there directly is her mother. And her mother is just like her. And she knows it. Women can't raise boys. Women cannot raise boys. Boys have to be raised by men. Plain and simple. Lucas Boer, nothing but love. Riff Magos, good to see a father and son so close. I think I read that one, but thank you, Riff. JP, being a dad comes first. Goddamn right. MGTOW Life, that made me happy. It makes me happy too, brother. It makes me happy too. Mr. Mayhem, long time no see, brother. What up, brethren? What's up, Mr. Mayhem? How you doing? Jonathan Young, Rage. You heard that? Rage Shadow Legends? That's great. Harry Holbrook, great hug. It's always a great hug, man. I always tell him when he comes in here, sometimes he wants to give me that fucking fish arm shit, and I sit there and I said, boy, look. You know what I'm saying, man. I ain't trying to scare the kid or anything. Yeah.
I'm gonna take a shower.
Okay, go ahead. Hey, don't make sure that inside curtain is in the tub, okay? All right. Leave the door unlocked. I gotta pee here soon. Sorry about that. Timothy, so-called, never apologize for good parenting. Hammer, I don't. And I haven't, and I thank you, Timothy. I haven't apologized once. I've been fucking mean and defiant and shitty about this the whole goddamn way through. And I bided my time and I learned my lessons. I got off of the Title 4D extortion case. And then when things started to go south with her over there, I got him. Because I knew that it would. And I got him. And now it's on me. And I wouldn't want it any other way. I never wanted it any other way. My daughter is going down a gynocentric hellhole. And I don't know that I'm ever going to see that kid again. I feel really bad for her. I feel terrible for her. She doesn't deserve this. But this is what happens when you have weak parentage. You have no morals, no ethics, no values or principles. You just twist in the fucking wind. And what do you think your kids are going to do? They're going to do the same goddamn thing. They'll do the same fucking thing. I miss my daughter. I love my daughter and I miss my daughter. But I don't think that that's my daughter anymore. You know what I mean? I did everything that I could do with her, and she walked away from me with a lot of help, with a lot of coercion, with a lot of lies. And that's just what it is. That's just what it is. I can't spend every day worried about that and waking up and mourning the fact that my daughter left and didn't come back. If she's meant to be with me, she will be. If I'm meant to have that relationship with her, I will. My door is always open, but I can't chase it anymore. So, and I suggest to you men out there, if you're in a similar position, take care of yourself first. Take care of yourself first, because you won't be in a position to take care of them if the worm turns. So take care of yourself first, always. Monk mode, I'd be sneaking out the window, goddamn right. Phil McCracken, the kid looks over 6 feet. He's fucking 5'8". He's 5'8" at 12 years old. Whew, Christian MGTOW. I am a teaching with tenure. You're a teacher with tenure? Nice to see you, teacher with tenure. Outstanding. When we were talking about, when we were talking about women that were tenured teachers being fucking cunts earlier? Hope you're not a woman, because you on the wrong channel. Jonathan Young. Oh man, how nice. Great big bear hug, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mr. 305 Max, he should do some bedtime reading. He'll fall asleep quick. He does, man, but I shouldn't say he does. What I say is we got the books, we got all the shit that he wants, and he fucking forgets them. All the stuff that he brought over here today to get moved in and get situated and get settled down, what happened? What happened? He left all the books over there. Richard E. Wright, I miss my dad. I hope, Richard, that you had a good relationship with your father. I hope that you did. And I hope that you left nothing unresolved and no stone unturned. Those, to me, are the worst endings for any relationships out there. They suck. They're painful. And most often, when somebody disappears, when their soul is gone and the body is disposed of, there's no way to fix that. You can't fix that. Anomalous. Never apologize, Hammer. So glad you got your son. Equally for you and him. Thank you very much, Anomalous. I appreciate that. MGTOW Life. Tell us. I'll get with these particular sponsors here down the road. And if they want to set something up where I'm actually did not finish that thought like a fucking hour ago. These guys, man, they're awesome. But I've got a Teespring. I believe I'm going to go with Teespring. I've got a Teespring store that I'm setting up now that should be ready to go December or January for Hammer merch. And all of the stuff's coming in for the studio. And I've fucking spent money on the studio stuff. New tower, new PC, new laptop, new mics, new stands, new software. Lots of fucking money. Lots of money to get the studio ready to go. And I'm really excited about the merch store, man. I really am. I'm excited about that. I've also gone out and gotten myself a PayPal so that we can take care of that business there. And I will discreetly place that so that it can be found should anybody else wish to contribute to the cause. Because the cause gets turned right back around into what? The studio and men. That's what the cause gets turned around into. And before I hand men anything, I will film those stories and I'll talk to those men. I pass a half a dozen of those men on the way to work every single day, standing on street corners, eating out of fucking trash cans. It's just hideous. It's hideous. It's awful. And I know that when I hand them $20 or $50 or $100 or whatever it is, that's not going to change them. It's not going to change the way that they do business. And that sucks. But if I can make a better day for them, just one, a few meals, a couple of shirts, something, if I can do that, I'm pretty content with that, man. I'm pretty happy with that. A lot of these folks that are living on the street like this and they're professional panhandlers, they're out there because they want to be out there. They hate this, or they can't lay off the hooch, or they can't lay off the fucking drugs, you know? There's something that keeps them out there. A lot of them are mentally unwell, you know? And that keeps them out there. They couldn't keep a job to save their lives, which actually is probably saving their lives, because fucking jobs suck. They're not normal. Now, we were born into it, right? We were raised with it. But jobs, the 9 to 5, it's not normal. It's not normal. It robs men of every bit of agency and accountability that they have in their lives. And I know somebody's going to say, but Hammer, I'm out there making the bacon. I'm bringing it home. I'm laying it down. I'm frying it up. How can you say I have no agency? Because you're making somebody else rich while you're just barely surviving. That's what jobs are designed to do. Jobs are just a better class of welfare. Gang, I'm sorry to tell you that, but that's what jobs are. It's just high-class welfare. Mr. Mayhem, glad to see you back at Hammerhand, and GG on getting your son back. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate that a great deal. Christian MGTOW, this teacher is red-pilled. Drop them red pills in your lesson plan. You ain't got to go crazy, but you must do it. Sparks to spare. No apologies, Hammer. Good to see you with your son. Bet he's enjoying peace and quiet. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know what to do with peace and quiet. Here is the fucking house that he just came out of. 2 dogs, 4 cats, 8 birds, 5 adults, and his sister. This is the house that he just came out of. It's fucking chaos 24/7. So him sitting over here, he's bouncing off the fucking walls because he's been wired incorrectly. And it's going to take some time to fix that. It's going to take some time to get him used to a little slower pace mentally, not physically, but mentally. It's going to take him time to get used to that, to where he's not hearing, "Tell life, I miss my dad." I never went through the feelings of missing my father. I never went through those feelings. My father, the earliest memories of my father, and I'm sorry to be blunt and graphic, but I'm gonna be. The earliest memories of my father were walking in on him while he was raping my mother and choking her with a coat hanger, a steel coat hanger. So I had no love for my father. None. 0. He was fucked up from A to B, side to side, front to back. He was never a normal person mentally, in my mind. The funny thing is that I keep in touch with members of the family, sort of like a third person kind of contact, And before he passed on a number of years ago, before he died, they would tell me what a funny guy he was, how he was so nice and so kind and so generous to everyone except his 2 kids and his wife. And then when you do a little bit of looking into his background, and there's not much to look at, trust me when I tell you this, you find out that he was spoiled and coddled. He was always the baby. He never had any discipline whatsoever. Any mistake that he made, it wasn't his fault. It's not his fault. It's not his fault. Pick him up. Everybody make him feel good. And this is how he was raised. It's horrifying. It's terrible. It's terrible. But those are the memories that I have of the father, and the stepfather was 10 times worse. So, MGTOW life, my friend, my buddy, I don't have those memories. I am not envious that other people do, but curious about what that feels like. I would love to say that I always wanted a father, but I don't know what that means. I don't know what it means. I was left with all of the trash, all of the emotional and spiritual and physical damage and residue of these terrible relationships. And I had to crawl out of it. And so did my brother. So did the Overlord. But I think he's doing worse than I'm doing. People make jokes about the Thanos gauntlet. That motherfucker would use it. Yeah. And he said many times, even if it meant me fucking going, adios. And I believe him. There's some horrifying shit that happens to people when they're growing up. And to think that it's worse than that for some people, not all people. We had it really fucking bad, really bad. Aside from broken bones and amputations, we had it as bad as anybody I've ever heard of. But there are people out there that have it worse, and I'm glad that I'm not them. There's always something to look forward to when you take your head off the pillow and you wake up. Always. It can be the most mundane shit, but there's something to look forward to. Michael McKinney, at Jonathan Young, I remember an asshole like that in high school when I was after the little shit and he took off running. Yeah, no shit. Polska Bob, any of you see Sandman's 246-minute video with black pillars? Polska, I was talking about that earlier in the stream. Fantastic. Fantastic. And if you guys are really into some red pill shit with a black pill flavor, and you know me, I am not a believer, but I will say, very, very interesting stuff. Lots to fucking chomp down on with that video. Thank you for bringing up, again, Polska. I appreciate that. Shout out to all of the wrenches in the chat for keeping this motherfucker clean. Shout out to everybody else in the chat. I appreciate you. Piotr, janitors deserve a lot more respect than to tell you on that. Just a weak signal. Brand new phone, excellent bar. I taught my kids to whoop ass when needed to and stop fucking with him. And when he this was like 2 years ago. And he warned him. And yeah, he gave him the business. Christian MGTOW. Not all of us teachers are liberal pieces of shit. I didn't suggest all. But you have to admit that as a red-pilled teacher, what do you see around you? What do you see? About 90% women? And then the men that are in any position of authority at all, what are they? They're beta boys. Lots of them. Lots of them. Now, I'm not talking about just having soy grin. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about real, legitimate, feminized men. And that's the only ones that they will hire. And they gatekeep that motherfucker. And it's going to get worse. Sparks to spare. Miss my dad too. He was so awesome. See, Sparks, I'm glad to hear stuff like that. I am glad to hear that. MGTOW Thread says the same thing. I miss my father. I hope that you men had good relationships with your fathers. And I wouldn't want to be in the position of having had a decent or great or outstanding relationship and then have that go away. But I wouldn't turn my back on it. And I wouldn't mourn it. I would honor them. I would honor them with good thoughts, good story, passing on what it was that made them special to you. Teach it to someone. Even if it's not your kids, even if you have no kids, teach it to someone. You can drop red pills on motherfuckers all day long. Feminazi Slayer, makes me proud to see a man raising his kid. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Phil McCracken, my father passed about 9 years ago. Rest in peace, Pop. Yes, sir. Thank you. Richard E. Wright. Hammer, you so crazy. I love crazy. I don't know about that. Feminazi Slayer. Rest in peace, Phil's dad. Absolutely. Harry Holbrook. Hissy Fit will burn the malls. I don't know what the fuck they're going to do, man. I don't know what they're going to do. Fuck them. 737 Pilot Doc Sports. Fellows, Shastafe. I'm not fucking reading that whole thing. I'm just going to call you 737. Good evening, Hammerhand, and all in the chat. Good evening, 737. How are you? Timothy Sokol. I live in California. Femmes grow on trees out here. I fucking guarantee it. MGTOW Thread. Dudes are going to make it hard for a leech. Brother, it's already hard. Come on, man. Guys, look around. 141 in the box, 186 thumbs. What did I do to deserve all of that? Thank you, gentlemen. 2 hours and 6 minutes on this fucking psycho stream. Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Big time. A like for me is a like for your man, your fellow man. You know what I'm saying? All of y'all, all of y'all. It's already hard for them. You don't look, man. Look at these fucking wackos that are coming out like Tommy Lahren. Look at Tommy fucking Lahren, right? Ultra thought is talking about I can't get no man, and I got a $50,000 ring. I can't get no man. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? You just had a $50,000 ring on your finger and you can't get no man. No. It's not that. These men aren't putting up with your bullshit. You see, if you walked out on him or he walked out on you, it wasn't meant to be. Plain and simple. And your glorious, awesome, educated, beautiful friends, I'm going to call bullshit on all of that. When a woman says to me, I'm educated, I hear, I'm indoctrinated. That's what I hear, because that's what it is. And if you're indoctrinated, if you're educated, you're indoctrinated. It's one and the same. When I hear that fucking shit, I know that they're pointing them titties at me and they're loaded for bear. That's what I know. I know that they don't like me already. And that's any man. They're looking for a certain particular kind of man. There is a new kind of man emerging. And I've spoken alpha and run with it. You don't have to sit there and say, oh, I'm a new alpha, bitch. You don't have to do that. You can discard that term entirely. In my mind, in my estimation, the best man on earth is the man that has his biology controlled. That's the best man on earth. If you're not reacting to things emotionally, overly emotionally, if you're not bereft of spirit, if your morals and your ethics, your values and your principles are all laid down and your foundation is fucking solid, they can't fuck with you. And we see men now that are preaching this type of spirituality to one another. And it has nothing to do with religion. You see, there are some guys, a lot of guys out there now that are quoting religion, but they're not putting it in a religious context. And I think that that's pretty goddamn good. It's helping these men tremendously. Trust me, men, you men out there, you right there that are looking at this right now, you may be in some degree of pain. As a matter of fact, I'm almost certain that you're in some degree of pain. That shit will pass. It will pass. You have to give it an opportunity to pass. If you don't, you're going to slide right back into the plantation. You will find any reason that you can have to justify picking up that girl. The first girl that fucking hits on you, she's going to have you. And here's what they say about that. They know that they can do that to you. They know that. They do it to you just to see if they can twist you. They don't really want you. They're going to put you and your philosophy to the test. And the second that you fail, set adrift on memory bliss, oh you're gone. They're going to cast you off. They fucked with you just to fuck with you. Plain and simple. Control your biology, gentlemen. Control your biology. You will be better off for it. EdX2308, I knew you would show it. Did you? Did you know that? I can't control myself, man. I have to. MGTOW Life, my father passed from Lou Gehrig's disease. That's when I learned the body will take itself out whenever it wants. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. The body will do that. And Lou Gehrig's is not friendly. It's not good. Poisoned Arrow, against all odds, becomes successful. I don't know if it's against all odds, but it's against the societal norm. It's against the societal norm. You're not supposed to be. You're just supposed to be a pay pig. That's all they want from you. They just want you to be a pay pig. Fuck that shit. I'd rather be dead. I don't want to do that. Michael McKinney, occasional cortex almost had a nervous breakdown over the witch's untimely exit. I'm going to have to look that up. I haven't even gone on and looked at all of this bullshit yet. I can't wait to see this fucking shit. 737. These liberal fucks tried to fuck with my lands, boy. Did we drive them out violently? You don't fuck with the Caucasus and the Eurasian steppes. No, you do not. And if I'm going to be honest with you, I think we're going to see it again. We're going to see it again. MGTOW thread. Should I say that again? If you want to. Richard E. Wright. It's all coming to an Antichrist situation. It could. Who the hell knows? You know, I think we're all going to know what's up. I think we're all going to know what's up when it happens. Feminazi Slayer. Fox News released the photo of the hearse leaving the house in January 2019. No shit. No shit. If that's legitimate, if that's real, what did I just say earlier? We never got word of her getting out of the fucking hospital. They said she was cool, she was recuperating, she was doing okay, yada, yada, yada. I said she probably died last year, you know, and they were just trying to hold on to this shit and they couldn't do it. Harry Holbrook, feminist, global cancer is FUBAR. FUBAR is that wonderful acronym, fucked up beyond all recognition. Polska Bob, interesting day in the Sharpland. Had Joker and Pop on. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry. There we go. In the screen where it says an opportunity to jump out there and try to share the philosophy with other men that might be swayed a little bit. And you know, I get that. So I get that. I do understand that. I just don't know why you would go on another channel that is antithetical to what you preach. That to me doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I mean, wanting to spread the message is one thing, but then when you get with guys that take your message and butcher your message and portray it in a negative light or attempt to spin it negatively, that's not something that I would be willing to do. Like I've said before, gents, I'm willing to sit down with anybody and have a conversation with them and talk with them, but just to get run over, just to have somebody try to mow you down for 15 minutes straight, what's the fucking point? There's no point. And you don't have to justify or respond to anybody out there anyways. You don't have to do that. You just do your thing, go your own fucking way. Let your life work for you, you know? And then everybody else that was worried about that shit's still gonna be sitting there trying to catch a debate with you. Debate. The everyday MGTOW. I'm worried about Vention MGTOW. I'm worried about Vention too. I think that Vention has a long road. I think Vention's got a long road. And I'm working on a way to try to get out to where he's at in Washington. He'll be back in country in 25 days. And I wanted to try to put something together with Vention, just in case, you know. Yes.
I look good.
Yeah, you look all right, man. Just make sure that you brush your hair out.
Yeah,
It's not soaking ass wet, right?
No, it's like soft, dude.
All right. I love you.
Maybe.
I love you. You can sit up for a while, man. You ain't got to go straight to bed. I know my voice is loud.
I know it's not you. I just can't go to bed.
All right.
It's like my wait for the cast to go to sleep alarm timer.
All right. Go ahead and do your thing.
I'll be up.
You can turn that light on. You ain't got to sit out there in the dark, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm worried. I'm concerned for Vention. I don't think that this is working out well. I hope that it does. I hope Vention lives a nice, long, fruitful life, but the amount of stress that he's got with his household situation, with his sister, and these treatments, they're not working. So yeah, I'm concerned about it. Still looking for P365. One day I will get one. Maybe one day. I haven't seen one for a bit. Rico Forex. Dad passed 4 years ago. Hold on to your son as long as possible. Dad was red pilling me back in the 2000s. Saved me so much time. A son needs his father. I agree with you. Of course, I agree with you. 100%. Now, one thing that I will say, I will say this. If the father, like with mothers, and we see the evidence with mothers is fucking overwhelming. But with fathers, if the father is not ready and the father presents as a real problem for the child or children to be a part of their lives, I would support not being a part of their lives. If you're going to bring chaos instead of order, if you're going to bring pain and trauma and doubt to your kids, it's better that you're not fucking with them. It's better. You know, who am I to say what that situation is? You know, but yeah. MGTOW thread. Is a leech even human? No. Poisoned arrow. Lost my gun rights from a 5150 involuntary hold. Was this in Florida? Because fucking Florida is notorious for doing that. Red flag laws. They're awful. They're terrible. They're unconstitutional, and they should not be allowed to stand. And if I were you, I would fight for my rights. Fight for your rights. Absolutely. We Marika 110. Want to see them jump from the bridge. If they wanted to volunteer, I'd get my camera. Feminazi Slayer. I can get them at 80% milled ABD finish. The Glock myself. No serial numbers. Father, I never had when I see fathers with their kids. Yeah, man. That's absolutely normal. That's absolutely normal. Men have a tremendous biological instinct when it comes to kids. I was watching this delusional heifer. What did she call herself? Was it somebody, one of our boys was doing not a burn video, but more like an expose on her. It was Danielle, I believe is the name of the channel. And she's sitting there talking about how women, we birth life into the world. No. That is a consequence of men giving you the life to carry and nurture, which you have rejected wholeheartedly with mountains of dead babies. Horrific fucking hoes. Terrible bitches. Richard E. Wright. I play the bass. I love the bass. The bottom of that sound. Yeah, it's good shit. When somebody hits a fucking bass correctly, a bass, I assume you're talking about bass guitar. God damn, it's good. It's really good. MGTOW, life. Same here, the everyday MGTOW. Phil McCracken, thanks Slayer. The anniversary of his passing is coming up, and I just happened to think of it yesterday, hearing Cats in the Cradle on the radio. Very good song, and man, did we ever know how to make music at one point in time, or did fucking aliens just drop off this great fucking shit? Because we don't know how to make music now. First time I can remember tearing up in many years. Of course. And if your relationship was good, well earned. And don't ever think that it's wrong, gentlemen, to spare a tear or two for something that makes you feel that way. I don't advocate living in your emotions, but don't think that it's wrong to spare a tear or two for something that makes you feel good. Get it out and get it off your chest and get back right again. 142 in the box, 193 thumbs. Oh. Men, you're awesome. Eric Bullis, I don't want no more women in the seat of power. That's what caused this mess in the first place. Repeal the 19th. I know many people will say, what the fuck's the 19th? And there will be a few people that will say, no, we can't do that. We'll be looked upon as misogynist. So that's just a fucking word. Until you have the same indemnities that I have and you have to work and slave your ass out the way that I have to slave my ass out, you don't deserve that vote. Repeal the 19th, wholeheartedly. I'm behind that motherfucker 100%. Riff Magos. I'd like to take my acoustic to the large park in town, sit on a grassy hill and play for myself. No nagging, No, where have you been? Damn right. AP530 Hammerhand. Get the Yamaha 335 acoustic guitar. It's inexpensive and sounds great. Sounds like a tube amp with overdriven saturation. You will like the sound. Hold on a second. I'm going to... Uh-oh. Boom. I'm going to screen cap that motherfucker. And I'm going to go check that out. And thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Riff Magos has just popped up Sydney MGTOW's channel. That was some time ago. 11:20. It's not 11:20 now, is it? Harry Holbrook, Sydney is good dude, gents. Phil McCracken, thanks, Jonathan. I appreciate that. Feminazi Slayer, look up 80% Arms. You can get the kit for $400. All yours, no serial number, no registration. 100% legal. I don't know about 1,000%, but 100% legal in 50 states. Build your own firearms. I'm screen capping that fucker too. Boom, shalaklak, boom. Thank you very much. Dane Boro, anyone know if Chris Can 2 has a new channel? We have gone over this before. What the fuck? Chaos 03XX Hammer, do not ever apologize for hugging your son. You worked so hard to get him. Let him know every chance you get. Yes, sir. Feminazi Slayer, all you need to buy separate is a router and a small vise. I will take a look at that because I was under the impression that you had to go through somebody like Rectum or Spectrum, as they're known over here, or Comcast or Adelphia, in order to make that happen, right? Didn't you have to do that? I thought you did. Damn. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the bottom of the chat, gents, because I can see that we are way behind in this chat. Let me get up in here. Did I see Chronic Blast in here? I sure as hell did. Welcome back, brother. Are you able to post again? Congratulations. All right, we're just going to start right here. Zool, that feminist slayer. Geez, man, that's a tough situation. I'm glad he is at least away from her now and still young enough to repair himself. Apparently something not good going on there. Broderick Black. Yeah, Big John MGTOW is freedom, boys. Goddamn right. Jonathan Young, Chronic Blast. All right, man. It'll be a couple of years, but I'll make my way there someday, preferably on my dream cruiser by then. Mr. 305 Max, I think after the surgeries, things will be better. Let us hope so. Always. I assume we're talking about Vention there. I hope so, man. I really do. Feminazi Slayer. At Broderick, John went back to the house he built and is shacking up there with the ex and boys and the hubby. That is not what John told me when I spoke to John. So I don't know where you're getting that, and I just spoke to him. Polska Bob, welcome Ken. Is Ken Del Rican in the house? Is Ken Del Rican in the house? Mods, can you do me a favor, please? Pop up Ken Del Rican's link so folks can sub to Ken and get him back up there a little bit because he's having a hell of a time adding subs. And Chronic Blast has been showing out here. Shinobi Wan's been showing out really good. So if we can pop those two channels into the chat and let people get an opportunity to sub them or at least look at their stuff and make their own decision, really cool shit. Thank you very much, mods. I appreciate that. Lord SOS 91 Littlehammer. I don't know if he would take that one on. Jawara D. King, you are the author of 7 books. Did you know that? I know that. So glad you got your son, man. Me too, brother. Me too. MGTOW life. I'm worried about Vention. So am I. Vention has done a lot, man. Doc Holiday, Texas MGTOW. Vention has shared a lot. Best of hopes for him. Absolutely. Vention has done this for a long time. Vention is, regardless of channel size, he's a fucking OG and he needs to be respected. Plain and simple. Needs to be respected. Just like Archangel, they need to be respected. These guys are preaching they're preaching to the choir up until the time that they can't talk anymore or they die. You know, they need that respect. And you gents, 137 of y'all in the chat right now, if you're not subbed to these channels, you need to be. You might not like everything that they say, but they will drop some fucking red pill nuggets on you, and you will be better for having experienced it. So give them a shot, man. Give them a try. See what's up. Feminazi Slayer. I tried to tell him before his mom was up, so something, and she wants revenge because I won custody, even though she gave up her rights to slam dunk case by leaving to go to elope with a Facebook boyfriend. Jesus Christ, what a fucking mess. What a mess. Polska Bob, LOL, Lil Hammer, Avengers, Assemble. There you go, man. Broderick Black. Well, I don't own a man's decision making. I got my own life to live. Same here. Same here for sure. Doc Holiday, Texas MGTOW. Moms are devious and destructive, and they use kids for cash. Of course they do. You know, I mean, what is the figure on the Title 4D rape cases that are run through these court jester systems? Billions. It's billions of dollars. Billions. Jonathan Young, Chronic Blast. I was almost completely raised by my mom. It wasn't until I found MGTOW a few years ago that saved me from becoming something very bad. And I'm very glad, Jonathan Young, that you found MGTOW. Remember, you stay in it for as long as you need to. Stay in it for as long as you need to. I'm not done.
No, finish.
Yeah, I'll be done shortly. I'll be done. What is it? Huh? Feminazi Slayer. I'm very glad you won the custody. Absolutely. MGTOW life. I'm so glad you have your son at Hammerhand. Me too. It's going to be different, ML. It's going to be different. It's going to be a pretty drastic change, I think. You know, I was expecting to do this stuff through my 40s, and I'm sitting here at 50 now, and he'll be an adult, a legal adult in 6 years. So it's not much time. It's not much time. He's most of the way through school. It's going to be different. But I'm working my ass off to get to a point to make sure that he doesn't have to suffer the way that I suffered coming up and the way that my brother suffered coming up. That's what we want to accomplish. That's my end goal. I have a lot of very simple things that give me a lot of pleasure, a lot of joy. You know, I do my models, I do my photography, I fuck around with my guns and stuff. Oh, man. Oh, man. Do all kinds of really neat shit that I do, and I don't have very extravagant tastes. I mean, yes, the firearms are expensive, and yes, an airbrush and a compressor can be expensive, but it's a one-time expense. You know, I don't have to live extravagantly to enjoy and love life. I don't. Having my son now as part of this is everything that I ever wanted and more. And I'm glad. Feminazi Slayer. I came home one day and my 4-year-old daughter says, "Daddy, did you see Mom's new webcam?" She talked to her boyfriend on it, and they say, "I love you" to each other. That bitch was on the curb with her clothes. Pick a finger, bitch. Good man. Good fucking job. Fuck that. Polska Bob. Oh, I fucked the quote up earlier. It's we smoking peace pipe. Barry and Hatch's Sandman negotiated a truce between MGTOW and Black Pill. I don't know if he negotiated a truce. I know what they were saying at the end of it. They were saying that it was fairly historic for them to come together and talk the way that they did, and I agree with that. You know, if we're going to move forward and we're going to push forward for a better future for men, that includes all men. All men. And that's something that men are fucking unwilling to do. Men have a real hard time unifying. You know? Why do you think that is? You know? I mean, think about it. Men have historically been unable or unwilling to unify because of territory, because of elbow room, right? Because of testosterone, because of tribal differences. Most of that shit has been negotiated out of men. So it seems like the more feminized that they become, the more they start to pull together. It's very strange. Very strange. Chronic Blast. At Jonathan Young, I was red pilled on everything except women a few years ago. I'm like the red pill nuke now waiting to go off. Yeah, I think most of us have been there. Most of us are still fucking there. 2 hours and 33 minutes on this motherfucker. I have wasted your entire Saturday night. I'm sorry, gentlemen. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Mr. 305 Max, females choose womanhood over motherhood. I think it's even worse than that. They hate the idea of motherhood. If they could eliminate their biological drive to have children, I have no doubt in my mind the species would be gone in 50 years if it was left up to women. But like I said in a couple of videos not too long ago, you don't need them. You don't need them. If you as a man have that biological imperative, you have that need to have a family, to have a child, adopt. There's millions of kids out here that need somebody right now, today. Adopt. You know, I know that there's something that comes with, forgive my graphicness, that, and then having your child come into the world. And we all kind of, I think that we all have, maybe some of you haven't, but I did. I had that dream, you know, and I wanted to see that shit take hold. And I wanted to live to old age with that woman and watch those kids grow up. And that was not good enough for her. You know, millions of kids out here need you right now. And nobody needs a woman to have kids. Oldest test tube baby is 44, 47 years old. So you don't need them. You don't need them. They have already given away, sold off, or hoard out everything that ever meant anything decent about them. They're done. Feminazi Slayer. I moved out with the kids and she had to wait another month till this clown came home from Germany in the army. He thinks he won a prize. Well, if you meet them that way, don't be surprised to lose them that way. Broderick Black, they will never have me, and they are weapons, and I see them as nothing more than fucking correct. Chronic Blast, whoa, manhood equals stupid. Yes, sir. Jay Board, good luck, Hammer, with your son. It will all be good luck with sponsors as well. I'm sure that it will be. I'm starting to get contacted by a couple of folks, but they're not engaged, I should say, enough with men. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're going to throw this generic shit on here. It has nothing to do with men. It has nothing to do with MGTOW or the Manosphere, so I'm not interested. Excuse me. Binary _ Regent 1154. What's up, Hammer? What's up, Binary? How you doing, man? Danielle George, what's happening, Hammer? 0, Danielle. How you doing, man? 141 in the box. Man, this is consistent shit. 143 in the box. 200 thumbs. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you very much. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for sitting here watching me brandish firearms and lean up against my messy bed and talk about us, right? This is a good night out for me. I'm happy. Midtown Life, well said at Broderick Black. Bomar Dubrochet, what's up, Bomar? Been a minute. Gentlemen, what's up, sir? Zool, they'll tell themselves up cause they're extreme narcissists. They'll talk themselves up because they're extreme narcissists and love their vaginas. So much so that they'll talk about it as if it's a separate entity, and they do. Have you ever heard these bitches talk about their pussies? It's revolting. You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with my period? Oh, look, it's just blood. These motherfuckers, no. Feminazi Slayer, she met up with the guy and left the car she stole in a parking lot with her purse in it. And I found it before the cops did. And I thought she went unwillingly. Fuck, dude, she stole a car? Bomar, it's been a while. Yes, sir, it has been a minute. You know who I haven't seen in a while? I haven't seen DB Cooper in a while. Hope everything's all right with DB. Timothy Sokol, check out the banana massa for some tight licks. Oh, tight licks and rips. Okay, I got you. Danielle George, I will never vote for a female. They were never built or meant for leadership. No, they weren't. I'm sorry. Bomar Dubrochet, repeal the 19th and remove the unconstitutional family courts. Do you know how that happens? It happens when 1 million men step foot on the Capitol building. Do you think that do you think that we have that power to come together and march 1 million motherfuckers out there and say, we're done. We're not doing this anymore. Abolish it. I don't know. I don't know if we have the power to do that. I watch men, and I just got done saying that the more feminized men get, the more they start to come together. I don't know if men have enough collective balls, fucking self-interest to do it. I don't think that they're going to do it. I'd do it. If that fucking shit got organized, if somebody picked up the fucking banner and ran with that and organized that, I'd be on it in a second. In a second. You damn right. Bomar Dubrochet, return divorce back to an at-fault litigation and place the process back into the civil courts where it belongs. I agree with you, 100%. No-fault divorce, repealed. 19th Amendment, repealed. Absolutely. Destroy, obliterate, and eliminate Title 4D. It has no place in a civilized society. It does not. Broderick Black. It's the truth. The creatures want destruction of our kind, but it's up theirs, and that will be brought upon the land. I think that came across a little bit wrong, but I think I got the general message. Respite 011 Rad. Just bought that one. Psyched on it. Sweet. We must be talking about guitar still. Feminazi Slayer. When I was in court for 2 years fighting to keep my kids away from foster care because a man can't have the kids, the judge said I was not allowed to have a girlfriend. Tell me something, Slayer. Is this in Canada? Wouldn't surprise me at all if it was in Canada. It would be a little bit of a reach if it was here in the States. Very fucked up. Excuse me. Sam Tuesday. Yamaha does make some great acoustics. So I have heard. Never had the pleasure, but so I have heard. Bomar Dubrochet. I'm thinking the recent demise of Ginsburg may be the trumpet sounding that makes it possible to avoid shit hitting the fan. Yeah, it could be. It could be. If you look at the way that these people are operating, they have really lost their steam. They've lost their momentum going forward. They had some of this shit going in June and July. They did really big time. And it was looking pretty iffy there. And I know a lot of people, myself included, were just hunkered down, just fucking waiting. I am just waiting for somebody to try to snatch on me, and then I'm going to bag them up. I'm going to chalk them motherfuckers up, and I'm not even kidding. I'm just waiting. I hope that it doesn't come to that. I don't want it to come to that. But I'm ready for it. So if it comes down, and then it comes down, it is what it is. We'll see. But I think if he pushes through a third Supreme Court justice before the elections, which he is going to do, he said on his rally tonight, that rally was earlier before I got on here, he said that it's his job to push them through. He's going to push them through. They have the simple majority in the Senate. They're going to do it. He's going to nominate Amy Barrett Coney or Amy Coney Barrett. I can't remember which one goes where. But he's going to nominate her and put her forward, and they're going to ram her through. No pun intended. Bing, 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 bing. Feminazi Slayer. Router is in router for never mind. Right on. Gotcha. Doc Holiday, Texas Midtown. Yep, Slayer, once there, easy to see the family court is designed to destroy society. Yes, sir, it is. Chronic Blast. Yes, sir. Hammer time. What's up, Chronic Blast? Shout out. I tried typing HH and it deleted my comment. Well, that's kind of fucked up. Polska Bob will be there 5:30 p.m. till 9 p.m. Chronic. Oh, so you're talking to Chronic there. Bomar Dubrochet. Family courts were the only way to push feminist agendas without triggering large legal challenges in the Supreme Court. And it's shocking to me that somebody has not pushed Title 4D. Yes, it's shocking to me that somebody has not pushed Title 4D into the Supreme Court as being unconstitutional. Because why? Because it's not a law. It's not a law set. It's not ingrained in law. It operates under color of law. It's a fucking statute. That's all it is. So it doesn't make any sense that nobody has done that yet. So just curious. What's up, sir?
I'm just listening.
You guys going to chill? Okay.
It's cool.
Stephen Eit. I hope I got that right. Yo, Hammerhand. You should check out the True Story YouTube channel. I'll, hold on one second. Let me screen cap that right there. Around Hammer, my apologies. I'm glad you talked to him because everyone... Yeah, I'm sorry the thing is jumping out. Sorry about that. Jay Board. I've got electroacoustic cutback. Lost England. Good job, sir. Danielle George had an ex-girlfriend proclaim that she was never in a relationship with me, confirming my suspicions all along. She never cared. MGTOW is freedom. They do that a lot, especially when they're trying to virtue signal to the next guy that they're trying to jump on. They do that a lot. Chronic Blast. Red Pill Gang taking over. You mean the real Red Pill Gang. It's not these other motherfuckers out here that are fronting. Feminazi Slayer. He stopped his prepper channel. You talking about John? You saying that John jumped off the prepper channel? Ken Del Rican, what's up, Mr. Walk and Talk MGTOW shit? Nice to see you here. Thank you, Hammerhand. This algorithm are working against me, but I'm still rocking it. I know. That's why I'm asking people to go sub to your channel, man. Get you up there a little bit. Bomar Dubrochet, at-fault divorce would have placed an even burden between the parties to prove their case. The Whammons didn't want this. Now, I know that. When you had people like, and I mentioned this in the beginning of the stream, when you have people like Andrea Dworkin on the societal side and Catherine McKinnon, who is a competent legal lawyer inside the legal system with feminist law being put through and changing gender exclusive laws into neutral laws or male indemnity laws. They keep the law, but they change the gender. They change the meaning of the law. That was horrifying, and it was terrible for us. Say again? Yeah. Yeah, everybody says that because they don't take them seriously. Broderick Black. I was just on Tourist Stories channel. Good, True Stories, good channel, good stuff. Yeah, cool on. SCE KDR5 new channel. That's up. Good to see that. Ken Del Rican. I'm sure that's Ken Del Rican, new channel. Charles Riston. Glad to see you gentlemen still surviving. Much love. Thank you, Charles. We appreciate you, brother. We thank you. Zool. Very much so. Bright guys. Yes. Feminazi Slayer. I love Big John. He was my father 100% talking to me through him. A lot of people feel that way, felt that way, and still feel that way. I don't have any ill will against John or whatever John has done or is doing. The nuggets that John dropped are preserved forever. So they're red pill bombs, and it was one of the things that really launched second wave MGTOW into the stratosphere. I hate to refer to it that way, but it's like second generation MGTOW. Sparks Despair. I wish MGTOW Savior would make more videos. I wish he would too. I don't know what's going on with him. He's real intermittent with the videos. But let me say this. Maybe he's just out there living his life. I can't fault any man for that. I can't, and I won't. Bomar Dubrochet. The solution forward would be to eliminate no-fault divorce and stop the concept of common property. As far as property prevention, owning property, I would not agree with that at all. You say the concept of common property. Tell me what you mean by that. MGTOW Life. Vention is a heavy hitter. The most positive man I've ever seen. Yeah.
It means that what's yours is mine and mine is yours.
Well, it might, but I'm going to wait for him to clarify it. It's possible. Feminist Slayer, I miss Happy Humble Hermit. Did Triple H take off? I didn't think that he did. Son of a bitch. Well, he said that he was going to be busy too. The last couple of times that I watched, he said he was going to be busy. So I don't know what's going on there. Maybe I'll give him a shout and see what's up. Chronic Blast. No matter how much the laws change, female nature shall never be forgotten. Ever be forgotten. No, it won't be. It won't be. Ever. Eric Tate. These women act like they care, but the court systems are still messed up for men. Yes, they are. And unless men come out and say and do something about it and show some kind of unity going forward, nothing's going to change. Nothing will change. So we can't sit here and dick around online forever. You know, we're going to have to eventually, maybe not organize, don't mess with that now. Maybe not organize so much ourselves in a position where we can organize a march, an event, not 50, not 200, but thousands. I think that makes a dent. Riftborn, wake up call. Hey man, what's up, sir? Don't do that. Don't do that. Not in here. Not now. I can't open the windows. That's too much dust. Thank you, but don't do that. Polska Bob. Everyone is so happy you got him, Hammer. Build a new man. I'm going to try, brothers. He's sitting right over here. Every time some comment like that comes across, he doesn't understand it. I can see it in his face.
No, I'm just smiling.
Yeah, I know that. I know that. I know. Lord SOS 91. Does the brothers feature each other's channels? Yeah. Yeah, I do. I do. And I know a lot of the guys out here that cut content will often shout out the others' channels. You know, especially if they're decent guys. You know, I don't typically mess around with channels until they get 30 to 50 videos on there. I like people to demonstrate consistency. You know, we've had one too many instances where folks will drag their nuts across the face of MGTOW while they're turning key and walking somewhere else. So I don't like that. I don't like to endorse people that just fucking pull up stakes and leave. I want people that are going to be in here for the long haul. Feminazi Slayer, he always said MGTOW is only a stop on our growth. And it is. It is. It is absolutely 100%. And even when you come out the backside of that, you still have an obligation. You know, it doesn't mean that you're on the hook for life. It just means that you have an obligation not to be a moron. Don't be a moron. What?
Have they seen your hat?
What?
Have they seen your hat?
Yeah, they've seen it. They've seen it. Bomar Dubrochet, the younger generation needs to witness the fight we are all involved in. They cannot learn from any other way. I'll tell you straight away. No, they won't learn any other way. They have to be exposed to it. You got a lot of guys out here right now that are coming up. You got a lot of guys out here now that are coming up, and they're young. You know, they're in their late teens and their early 20s. And the message is pretty squared up. It's pretty solid. But I've noticed some disturbing trends in the message for some of these young guys, is that they are inadvertently or purposefully pushing PUA shit. And when they start doing that, it makes my fucking eyebrows raise up a little bit. And I had discussions with a couple of our guys a couple days ago about stuff like that. And, you know, you got to kind of back off of them a little bit and give them some room to breathe and see where they go with it. But if pushing PUA, game, frame, and all that nonsense starts to become a regular feature in their content and in their vocabulary, I'm going to cut them loose. I'm going to cut them loose. I'm going to have to. So, Broderick Black, did you subscribe to my main channel or my MGTOW channel? I'm not sure which one I subscribed to, Broderick. If you can send me a link to whichever one you want subbed to, Hammerhand, TMM, @protonmail.com. That's Hammerhand, TMM, at protonmail.com. I will be happy to sub the channel as long as it's our stuff. I have to put that in there. I don't just sub any channel. It has to be our stuff. Mr. 305 Max, similar to Spetsnaz. I'll have to take your word for that. Happy Humble Hermit's channel is now in the chat up on the link. Feminazi Slayer. MGTOW for me was a whole big ball of wax. It was red pill, it was black pill, it was Jesus, it was waking up to fake politics, it was narcissistic abuse healing. It was a lot of growth in 5 years. I assume that's what that's meant to say, in 5 years. Yeah, I would say for me, it's about the same. It has been about the same. Once I opened that fucking red pill bottle, and I threw that motherfucker away, and I was fucking, and here we are. Sparks to spare. Sandman talked with Black Pill on steroids, with our post, Red Pill on steroids. I don't know. I don't know if he did or not. Zool, at Feminazi Slayer. I don't recall that, but I can see how it would be a pause to all this buildup of destruction. Yeah, Polska Bob, we're dripping with red pills now. You goddamn right. You goddamn right. Bomar Dubrochet, it's hard to believe how far we have come in the past 5 years. MRA, PUA, black pill, red pill, and now all are falling into the MGTOW umbrella. I'm going to tell you something, Bomar. You just hit something very important. And now you know why. For all of you that are still in the chat, 138 of you crazy motherfuckers are still in this chat at 1 o'clock in the morning. My God. Bomar, you just hit on something very important. When these guys out here that are pushing all of these different ideologies and all of these different pill colors, what they're not doing is pushing a philosophy. That's what they're not doing. This philosophy gives you the option to be flexible. There are rigid standards, rigid tenets. If you can't observe the standards and the tenets, then you ain't it. It's that simple. It's that simple. You don't get to come to MGTOW and say, you know what, I think I'm going to have a whole bunch of that self-awareness. Yes, I like that. Red pills? Ooh, I'm going to get those too. Oh, they're so good. Love red pills. Wait a minute. You mean I can't fuck as a monk? No, I don't like that. I'm going to cast that off. No, I'm a monk anyways, but I'm going to bang that bitch's back out over there. No, so, no. There are tenets that must be observed. And the people that stick to the tenets of MGTOW, that stick to the tenets of monk, of real red pill, those people push out the ones that are fronting, the ones that are faking, the ones that are bullshitting their way into the philosophy. Now, if these other folks that are doing that turn their shit around and they start practicing what they preach, nobody's going to say a word to them. No one. No one. When you have people come up and they drop terms on you like dick policing, you dick policing, Hammer. You dick policing. No, Hammer don't dick police because there is no such thing. I don't care what you do with your penis. I don't give a fuck. But if you're telling me that you're observing the tenets of MGTOW, of monk, of real red pill, and you ain't doing that, and I tell you about that, that's not dick policing. That's pushing the frauds and the fakes and the phonies out. And that's what everybody needs to do, in my opinion. Am I telling you to do it? I'm not telling you to do it. I do it. I do it because I know what's up. I know when you start letting these motherfucking fakes and these frauds and these charlatans come in here, they will dilute the philosophy to such a point that it's completely ineffective and it means nothing. It's dick. It's shit. That's why I do it. You make up your own mind what you want to do. Jim Nichols, Hammerhand, greetings, Eminent Sage. I haven't received my Eminent Sage lapel pin. Fuck, I never get any of the good shit. What's up, Jim? Nice to see you. Feminazi Slayer. Click that link, boys, and go watch the video. Thank you so much, SCE. Zool. As small as it is, it's for sure getting noticed. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. And to consider that it is nearly 100% successful in what it's doing, that's pretty goddamn amazing. And that it's 100% successful. There is no fail rate for a MGTOW or a monk. You either are or you are not. Can you move and transpose between the three? I suppose that you could. I don't view this as a hierarchy. I view it as this one, this one, this one. Where do you slot in? Do you have to stay there? No, you don't. But you don't get to say that shit to other people. And I think most people are pretty comfortable with that idea. At least I'd like to believe so. I will Polska Bob. Hammer, give Zool a wrench. I will give Zool a wrench on the next stream if Zool decides to show up. I'm not actually sure that I can do this. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for this to process, and then I'll go back through this, and then I can give the wrench out then. Don't abuse my wrench, Zool. Don't abuse my wrench. We've never had that happen, but I've seen a lot of chats go fucking haywire because motherfuckers get a wrench and then they go ape fucking shit. They whip out the band hammer and start crushing everybody. I don't mind if folks speak. I don't mind if folks get on here and try to throw shade. Say something that means something. You know, all of these people that want to fucking come and take me on, right? That want me to debate them, that want me to fucking come talk to them. Say something that means something. Otherwise, I don't have nothing to say to you. If we're not talking about MGTOW, we're not talking about the advancement of men, and we're not talking about getting these fucking shackles and these chains taken off of dudes, I can't hear you. That's all I'm saying. 142 of y'all in the house. 3 fucking hours of this fucking clown just sitting here gum flapping. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, it's beautiful. Feminazi Slayer, I'll never get your name right. You better not get my name right. Jonathan Young, Feminazi Slayer, for me, it was first when it was conservative politics, then Tom Likas, then MGTOW, then discovering the fakery and corruption in politics, and then discovering consumerism and minimalism. I think that's a pretty common path for a lot of folks, man. It really is. Mo Raff, where are you moving to? Somewhere closer to my job. You know, I want to get into the interior of Louisville Metro a little bit, not a lot. You know, I'm maybe a 20-minute drive to my job, a 15-minute drive to my job, someplace where I can get a very nice, decent apartment because I'm really tired of being butted up against human insects. Some of these folks around here, I like. They're good people. A lot of these folks around here, I cannot fucking stand them because they're locusts with eyeballs. Fuck them. I don't want to live around it no more. So that's why I'm moving. And that's where I'm moving. MGTOW life. We don't need women. Control your biology, gents. You got that right. Gary Bentledge. Long time, Gary. What's up? Hi, Hammer. How you doing? I am fine, my man. Shinobi Wan. Shinobi Wan in the house. Yo, man. What's up, sir? How you doing? Zool. Nothing is ever enough for them, especially when things are made easy for them. I look at them as voids with a human shell. It's what they're raised as, my friend. That's what they're raised as. And that is why. That's one big reason. Let me back this up just a little bit. Back off this bitch some. That's one reason, one of the big reasons why I don't dislike them. I dislike their policies. I cannot stand how they can't see what's going on, but they accept everything and reject all the consequences. You're not going to tell me that they don't see it. They're just playing dumb. They are. They're playing dumb. A lot of them are fucking ignorant. A lot of them are ignorant. But I think most of these women out here, they know what's going on. They know what time it is. And they know what's happening to a limited degree, a very limited degree. They're certainly not on the pointy end like me or like you. No fucking way. Shinobi Wan, +1 shield. Thank you, sir. Timothy so-called, hey Hammer, had to sit and clean guns anyways. There you go, man. That's a good way to waste time. That's a good way to waste a little bit of time. Is it a waste? I just fucked up because it's not really a waste. SCE, gentlemen, we're in a cultural and information war. We are becoming more mainstream and it's driving the feminists insane. Keep up the great work. And do you know how you keep up the great work, guys? Fucking channels that have 10 subs. It's a point of pride. Okay. But you do not have to explain yourself to anyone. You don't have to justify your existence to anyone. You don't have to tell these people why you're right. Fuck them. Do they do any of that in the inverse with us? No. No, they don't do any of that. They would be shocked and horrified if you said, well, why are you right, bitch? What makes you right? They wouldn't engage you. They wouldn't even look at you. Like I said earlier, they wouldn't piss in your mouth if your teeth were on fire. So you owe them nothing. Like our buddy Lion of MGTOW says, give them nothing. Nothing. No attention, no engagement, no marriage, no cohabitation, and no kids. You can see from Mr. Red Pill Elite's most recent crash and burn, right? Goes back over to being Red Pill so he can free himself up a little bit. And what fucking happened? What happened? That motherfucker didn't last a month? Over and done, gone. No disrespect to Red Pill Elite. He's living his life. He's doing his thing. That's my friend, you know? But it's a lesson. And you should never pass on the opportunity to learn a fucking lesson. Feminazi Slayer, it's called Ascension of Consciousness. Our spiritual growth is what's key. I agree with you. Gary Bentledge, yeah, good luck with your son. Thank you very much, Gary. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Eric Tate, this is why women in politics are no good. You want to know why women in politics are no good? You have no further to look than all of the women that are currently in the House of Representatives, that are in the Senate. Mazie Hirono. Just man up. None of the men in this country are protecting us. Why should I protect you? You took everything from me. You told me that you didn't need shit from me. I went my own way. Sorry about your protection. I don't owe you anything anymore. Claire McCaskill. We don't care about your opinions. We just tolerate them. Okay. Ease on down the road. I'll see you later. The more these bitches talk, the more they run their mouths, the more they jump up and start trying to hammer men down and stamp them down and tamp them down, the more red pills they drop inadvertently. They're not doing it on purpose, but they're not dropping them pills on purpose. They're not. They're not. They think that they're being slick. They think they're being clever. Their cultural revolution is dead. It's dying on the vine. It's over. It'll take a few years to shake all these nuts out of the trees. Make no mistake about that. All these fucking male feminists, all of these scumbags that are riding around on the coattails of these fucking women. Good luck, man. The View, The Real, Think Tank, any of these other trash daytime television piece of shit shows that are out there. Holy fucking God. Exclusive, almost exclusive female audiences, right? What the fuck is going on with these women in these audiences? How do you sit through this shit for 1 or 2 or 3 hours while they do a couple of tapings of this stuff And everybody's like, oh my God, that was so brave. It's so stunning. These bitches are my heroes. You know, I don't see men anywhere in society acting like this. So you know that there's a problem with your female population. And it's not a little problem, it's a giant problem. They'll figure it out when they're behind Kentucky Fried Chicken sucking dick for chicken bones. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. All that shit can happen. Jim Nichols, I just wish I had known you were on here earlier. What? No, now. Come on, dog. Shinobi One, how is everyone today? I only just left the farm. First load of junk down there now. Sweet. Broderick Black, thanks for the confirmation, Hammer. You're welcome, sir. If you sent that to my email, I will answer that as soon as I get off this stream, brother. Polska Bob, live stream later, Shinobi One? Oh my God, everybody's doing it, man. Anomalous, women are now fused to the system of slavery. Do not engage them. Do not listen to sirens. No, do not. Zool, great way to spend a Saturday night. Bomar Dubrochet, I can remember Hammer's first stream. Man has the world marched on. Glad he is still here. Thank you very much, Bomar. I appreciate that, brother. Glad to see you back. Feminazi Slayer, whap, whap, whap. I got through about 45 seconds of that piece of shit and turned it off. That's where your fucking broads are, especially the black ones. Oh my fucking God, is that awful. Don't worry, black men. The white ones ain't much better. And they'll sell you out faster than the black ones will. At least the black ones will bang with you. You know, they'll take up some arms and shoot at the fucking police with you. Ours won't. Shinobi One, yeah, live stream in like 6.5 hours. Polska Bob, Shinobi One needs a wrench too. Well, I'll look into that. Ding. Shinobi One, I'm just sitting in this furniture truck, heading back to the church now. Mike, they will end up fighting each other. You're goddamn right. They're already fighting each other. SCE, Jonathan Young, no, there's 6 new outlets owned by the same source. Avoid provided news sources and their controlled opposition, and they always do. Mike, don't get involved. Stay back and observe. Yes, sir. Stephen Eit, 1 million men march in D.C. Wouldn't that be something? That would be amazing to see something like that go down. Sparks to spare. I'd be there. I think maybe we ought to take a peek at it, guys. I don't know that we have 1 million men that could participate, but I bet we got 50,000. Zool, we for sure did at one point. It's the years of the weakening of men that makes it hard now. Yeah, we've been getting shit canned for some time. Charles Riston, imagine a GoFundMe for that. Taken down within the day. Yeah, you better fucking believe it. As soon as word spread for something like that, they'd be all over it. Bomar Dubrochet, men and women have very different social organization. That's a fact. Women don't operate upon a black and white interpretation of reality. Everything is interpreted by emotional content. That is also a fact. Shinobi One, I'm not sure. Feminazi Slayer, 11:30 p.m. New Zealand time. There you go. We America 110, check out No More News. Yes.
Do you have the TV remote out there?
No. It's in a box.
Alright.
It's in a box.
I think it's in my Lego box.
I'll be closing this up soon and I'll be out there.
Alright.
Okay? All right, gentlemen, I think I'm going to wind this down. And I don't think all of the wrenches are coming up and putting good channels in the chat. Thank you very much. Thank you much. Mike, turn down the video quality Hammerhand to see if it will ease on the buffering. My video quality is already down. It's just this place where I live. And this only started happening when I took that old router out of here and terminated the cable, as I just didn't have a booster for the Wi-Fi. So that's why that's happening. I appreciate that help there, Mike. Thank you. Pretentious Hermit, Hammer or anyone in the chat, I have roughly 1,000 9mm rounds waiting for the Boogaloo. Think that's enough? What do you have stored for ammo? I can't tell you what I've got stored for ammo, but as far as 1,000 is concerned, yeah, I think it's enough, unless you get into some serious fucking shit. You know, unless you've got a lot of really usable things and stuff to protect and everybody fucking knows and everybody's coming. I hope you've got about 10 magazines and a quick loader. Bomar Dubrochet, MGTOW will evolve. We are all finding ways to live our lives by validating our lives without the programmed relationships needed. You're correct. You're correct. Flendish, so much easier not being in a relationship, more peaceful. You know what I get to do, man? I get to go lay on this motherfucker right here like this. Anytime. I can roll over twice. I can roll back over twice. I got this blanket. I got the blanket under it. I got the fucking sheet over here. I got 3 pillows. It's very comfortable. And it's liberating and it's awesome. And guess what I wouldn't be able to do if I had 150 pounds of air pollution sitting right next to me? I wouldn't be able to do any of that. I would always have to be worried about, am I going to wake her up? Fuck that. Or I'd wake up fucking stone cold because she's got 85 pounds of covers on her. Fuck that. Lion of MGTOW in the house. What's up, Lion? Good to see you, brother. The trollops are changing the bait. Yes, they are. The trollops are changing their strategy and they're changing their tactics. And we've been getting word here over the last couple of months that they're actually monitoring these fucking channels. They're adapting to our talking points. So it's fucking funny. Trust nobody. Trust no one. Amsterdamster Kush, go spend time with your son before he thinks you don't have time for him. I've spent all day with him. The only reason that he keeps busting in here is because he's bored out of his fucking mind. Zool, Lion of MGTOW dropping in. Nice. Lion of MGTOW. Are the gyms open in your state? Yes. Yes. In Kentucky, at least regionally, in Lexington, Bowling Green, and Louisville, as far as I know, yes, the gyms are open. But you have to do the fucking social distance shit. And who the fuck is going to go work out with a fucking mask on? Get the fuck out of here. They might as well be closed. MGTOW Life, the Prepared Mind just put up a video. Yeah, I didn't think his channel was closed. That would have been news to me. No disrespect to the OP, but I didn't see that. So, Broderick Black, I'm just glad that not all men are lost. I remember my time spent well not doing nothing short of becoming a monster, and I had to stop and self-criticize. I'm glad that men are out here to be lights. There is a lot of us, Broderick. White, black, brother, other, Asian, Chinese, Indian, all fucking stripes. All stripes of men are out here. And there's a lot of good guys out here, man. Pretentious Hermit. Bomar, I'm just average. Got to hit the range again. Doc Holliday, Texas MGTOW. Texas gyms are open in Dallas, Fort Worth. We America 110. He's moved to Hawaii. I thought that he had. And good for him and good on him. Good on him. You can get fucking lost out there. You know, it's paradise. It's blue as fuck. Like deep blue. Blue as fuck. Especially with somebody like Mazie Hirono being the state senator out there. Holy shit. Mike, Big John equals the Duke Nukem of MGTOW. Yeah, he's left a very lasting impression. Very lasting impression. Amsterdamer Kush, he's now right there. Don't deny him. He's right there now. Don't deny him. There you go. Paul Lawfren, better late than never. Glad I'm here. Good to see you, Paul. Not first this time. Jim Nichols, Big John is still alive and well. He moved out to Northern California. See, that doesn't match up with what we, unless he was intentionally misleading, because he was being very vague about where he had gone to when he was building that house. Another one. So I don't know. I don't know where he ended up. Stephen Ite, how would you feel if I told you Burn Loot Murder was being led by Satanists? Would you believe me? Yeah, of course. I mean, it's pretty goddamn obvious. They're some kind of fucked up, so you can call them Satanists, Democrats, and the same thing. Here, glad you got your son. God bless both of you. Thank you very much, brother. Sorry I didn't get that right. MGTOW Life. MGTOW Blade makes good videos as well. He's not been making them for a bit. Mike, so glad Spetsnaz is back. Yeah, man. If you haven't tuned in to Spetsnaz, it's probably time. And along with the Thinking Ape, Stardust, Lazarus, who used to go by Messenger Rising. He don't like me very much, but that's okay because he has a very, very good message. Human, fantastic message, fantastic creators. These guys are they're legendary creators. They are. Lion of MGTOW. Gents, Lion is on the wrench, and Lion is looking to get his subs up. I assume anyways. I hope. And his channel, I think, is sandboxed. So if you have the opportunity, wrenches, if you don't mind, as one of the last things that we do tonight, would you get Lion's channel up in the chat? And I would really appreciate it if all of you that are still tuned in would jump over there. If you're not already subbed to the Lion of MGTOW Mirror, please do so. He is fantastic. The man really spits fucking hard red pills like a machine gun. Fantastic stuff. Love him. And his primary channel was hijacked and taken over by a gamer channel. So, Lion of MGTOW Mirror. LOM, capital letters, Mirror. Pirate Captain Toast. Hey man, I started a channel and have some trouble getting content out to the public. I have trouble with the tags and what kind of tags to use. Any advice? Yeah. Don't use MGTOW tags, because as soon as you go to upload it, it's going to strike the video. It will flag the video. As far as I know, maybe that's changed, but I don't think that it has. I have always been the MGTOW monk. I put MGTOW monk in my title. I don't use any tags, and anything that I got to say, I put it in the description. And as long as it's not hitting on trigger words, or the algorithm is not freaking out, or they didn't change it, that should be enough to at least get your content up. The best thing to do to get your content out there and exposed to people is to visit other MGTOW Red Pill and Monk channels. Now, I'm not saying that you got to go and soft soap anybody, but leave a nice comment, a like, subscribe to these channels, make your presence known, and they will start to see you. And then that will by itself start to bring you some traffic. Make good, relevant topics. Talk about the things that you want to talk about. Talk about it with passion. If you're just putting up a script and you're just talking about a bunch of shit that really doesn't interest you, nobody else is going to be interested by it either. Make sure the things that you talk about are the things that you want to talk about. You will find your audience. It may be a big one, it may be a small one, but they will be all yours. Mike, Triple H always reminds me of the WWF wrestler. Right on, man. Line of MGTOW Mirror. Glad to see MGTOW TV is climbing in donations. Yeah, so am I. I'm glad to see that they're doing that too, man. Good shit. Good shit. Amsterdamster Kush. You care about some Morev about YouTube replies here than your son. Shame on you, Hammer, for not knowing your bounds. Yeah, I suppose. But I'm not buying that one. Somebody hijack your account or something? Bomar Dubrochet. All these gender bias issues make me wonder if our social development faced this mess back in our forgotten past. It's obvious that this has happened before. You will find parables and yarns of text in the Bible in the Talmud, in the fucking Quran. All of these texts speak about this having happened before. Plain and simple. 123 in the chat, 221 likes. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. MGTOW Life, I'll be the first man to shout out a channel. You do it, sir. I do it all the time. MGTOW Life, Furious MGTOW is one-eyed shout out. There you go, Furious MGTOW. Andorian Nationalist, the women who do wage cuck. The women who do wage cuck are miserable and blame the men within arm's reach because, yeah, it does. They have a very strong in-group preference. There's no doubting that. No doubting that. And wouldn't be me if it wasn't there. I take pride in my rage. I think a lot of people do. Sorry about that, guys. It keeps a little while. But perpetual rage is experience will always be the best teacher. Absolutely. And that also, in my mind, in my opinion, that also includes experience with rage, with learning how to manage what's going on inside your heart and your spirit and your mind. All of these things work as one component. And when one of them's out of whack, whichever one it is, emotions, spirit, body, mentality, your mind, when these things are out of whack, any one of them, everything's going to be fucked up. So yeah, you got a lot of work to do. All of us, we all do. Gentlemen, we're closing in on 3 hours and 30 minutes for this stream. Fantastic stream. I'm going to go ahead and jump out of here. Please forgive me if I did not get to your comments. Hopefully we'll catch you the next time around. Next stream is coming up tomorrow. Enjoy, have fun, live your life, and don't let anyone tell you where your next move is played. You all know that if you're actively avoiding usury, that will take you in certain paths, in certain directions. You guys have a wonderful time. I'm going to jump out here and spend some minutes with my son before he turns in. You guys have a wonderful night. Be good, and I'll see if I can get you one more cutout tonight, and then we'll start working on tomorrow's shit. Peace, gentlemen. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'll see you tomorrow or today.